Hey guys, sorry I'm late. My kids are a little hyper tonight. Thanks everyone for joining. I see there's a lot of messages already. Okay, I'm gonna be open and honest here. Me and following the messages, like the chat, it doesn't go well. So tonight I won't be highlighting any of the comments, and I apologize if comments get missed. Mods, if there's any doxing, any bad behavior in the chat, people fighting, please be on the ball and take care of it. Um, I do have a couple of people coming up on panel tonight. What was the other things I wanted to say? Um, Tonight it's open panel, but I want it to be open panel only for people who are in our situation in this community. Um, Shelley has done us wrong. We're going to talk about it, but I don't want anybody other than those directly related to this side of the community on panel tonight. Um, okay. Tara, I know you wanted to come up. You're free to grab the link. It should be pinned at the top. Oh, I'm not even sure where to begin with all of this. Shelley has completely blindsided everyone. Um, hey, hey, girl, how are you?
Hi. Oh my gosh, I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I wanted to be able to like be up here and be able to live ask questions, like, because I'm assuming you're going to talk about some things, right? So like I wanted to be able to ask the question like in the moment, but I
okay.
don't want I'm not willing to panel up with certain people and stuff. So I
Yep.
just wanted to say that I wanted, to say some things tonight and whatever, but you and I can do that on another day because obviously you scheduled this your way, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to say I was going to come up here, okay? But like
Mhm.
I'm just not tonight,
Okay,
and I'll
so
and I'll and I'll be in chat and just being down there. But I did want to come up here with you. I just want to say that because I do have things to say. But me and you can say that tomorrow or whatever.
yeah, like I know that popcorn being in my chat is an issue for a lot of people, and that's why I'm saying for tonight, it will only be our community allowed on the panel, those directly affected by Shelley.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
okay,
Okay.
okay. I'll
Yeah.
come up. Okay, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah. I
Okay.
and I don't think it's an issue that she is in the chat, right? Like it's really not an issue. It's not. Like it's not. I promise.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Um,
just don't want to panel up with certain people. That like I'm not willing to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I thought that was happening. And so like I misunderstood, but I wanted to make sure that I let you know that I wanted to have a conversation with you.
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're free to um, Good
I'm
afternoon.
gonna mute and I'm just gonna listen and I'm gonna be in chat. Okay. So
Okay.
like if you don't mind me, you know what I'm saying, excusing or like butting in here and there, like I'm just here and I'm muted. Okay.
Okay, no
Okay.
problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so let me start from the beginning, guys. Because I mean, Shelley's outed it all now. What started out as a group chat of Mandy's was for Mandy to let her subscribers know what was going on, like when she was going live, that kind of stuff. It was never created as a certain group chat. Many people have come and gone from it. I don't even know if it still exists today. Uh, I haven't been in there for months if it does. Mandy, I know, is coming up tonight and she can speak on that. So we disband from Mandy's chat. And like Shelley said, there is another chat. That other chat was named Not Felons. And this is because Popcorn was saying that Mike and Shelley were felons, which we know now is not the case. Um, the group still exists. Shelley put it out there. The group has been renamed to Kick Rocks Shelley. I'm not going to say who all is in the group. I think there's 5 of us left. I can tell you that not everybody that was in the group is still in there. Um, and this group, it was like a close knit group. We support each other. Yes, of course, we gripe about things. Um, but it got personal. Like I've shared pictures of my kids in there, as did Shelley, and there was just like a tight bond in that group. We listened to many, many, many hours of the wonderful Shelley um, complaining. I mean, I'm probably minimizing it by using that word, but that's what it felt like. Like I had, honestly, I had to skip the chat a lot of times because there were just so many voice clips of Shelley going on and on and on. And yes, it had to do with Popcorn and Jughead and being tagged. And we gave her advice. Don't go look, okay? As I've said before, Popcorn did affect me back in 2023, good part of 2024. I had to train myself not to go looking. Okay? I didn't watch 99% of Popcorn's um, live streams because I would just get the clips that were shared. Um, just give me a second, guys. Okay, sorry. Um, so that's how I did it. I trained myself to stay away. I didn't go to any of the replays. I didn't go to community posts. I had to do that for my own mental health. I get that some people may not like the fact that I've asked for peace. I understand that. I'm not here to minimize what anyone has gone through, but I have peace with popcorn, okay? We are not friends. She'll tell you we're not friends. We're not in the DMs. We're not sharing anything. Um, but we can coexist, okay? That's that's for me. I'm not speaking for anybody else. Like that's what I need, okay? And I have peace with bliss now as well, which I'm grateful for. Um, Shelley has really played a number on us. Oh, Curls, can you not see it up at the top? It's pinned. Just hang on a second and I'll drop it for you. There. Let me know if you can't see it. Um, yes, I do everything. Sure, you can come up. I do everything out in the open. I don't do anything without letting my friends know what I'm doing. They all knew that I was looking for peace. Um, like what Shelley is trying to do is create a, a rift between friends, and we're just not going to let it happen. So we're here tonight. We're gonna speak about it, and yeah, try and deadhead this. Hey, girls, how are you?
Hi there. Can you hear me?
I can.
Good.
How you doing?
I'm doing. I
Yeah.
feel like my emotions have been all over the place the last couple of weeks. I'm going to try and stay calm through this because I'm not trying to like destroy someone's life, okay? But I just cannot keep witnessing what I've been witnessing, and my part is that I would kind of like to break down a timeline a little bit and then the follow-up that's happened and what either Shelley is not aware of or not getting or not caring. I don't know, but it's it's pissed me off, and I've gone from hurt and feeling really conflicted, and was still going to support Shelley. Um, and I told Shelley that, and that for me to come to that decision to have to step away has not been easy. I know not everyone knows me, but that it takes a lot for me to get there, and
Yeah. Hang on a
I'm
second,
there.
girls. Hang
Go
on a
ahead.
second. Mandy, can you give us like 10 minutes? Like I can see you backstage, but it's very hard. I find if we get too many people up here talking and not everybody gets a chance to say what they need to say. Or unless, I guess I'll let you up, Mandy, and maybe just mute until Curls gets some of her feelings out, and then we can proceed from there. Because even when there's two, I find it challenging.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a
Okay.
hard
So
time just keeping on. concept of dimes. I don't know if you talked a little bit, Terry, before I came in.
I did.
Um, okay, did you like break down a little bit of the timeline, or I
So what
guess I
I
kind of want to know where this, like, I'd like to say like where I think this started and then where it went off the rails.
okay.
But I don't
So
know if you caught that.
what I did is because Shelley has outed all of the groups, right? So
Yep.
I've clarified that with everyone. The Mandy's group, I'm not in it anymore. I don't know if it still exists. Mandy's gonna speak on that. Um,
And can I just like clarify, like, it's not criminal to be in group chats. Like, the
yeah. Well,
reason
that's
we didn't talk about group chats is not because we were
Right.
embarrassed to be in a group chat. Like,
I've
that's not the
Right.
explained.
problem,
I've explained
right?
that.
Okay,
Yeah,
you
I've
did. All right.
explained it. I said that yes, we broke off from Mandy's chat. There was what, seven of us originally, maybe eight. There were five now, I believe. And I did say that we're like a close knit group where we share our feelings, we share pictures. It was more personal,
Yeah,
like, yeah, we got personal
yeah.
with it.
It's not just like, yeah, we talk about YouTube stuff, but
Yeah.
I would share stuff about my granddaughters and my daughters and like what we're doing for the weekend and like what my crazy cats were up to that day, or and I know Terry loves hearing all about my cats, so I make sure to mention them often. But
Yeah, like
like,
the chat went beyond what people think a group chat
yes,
is
yes,
when it comes to YouTube.
Well,
there was,
first of all, you guys are normal women. Okay. So, like, that doesn't surprise me. But isn't that the purpose of all of us getting to know each other for years upon years? So we can be in a private group chat together and say, look at my granddaughter at baseball practice. I would love to share the baby's sports stuff. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and that would be the place I do it. I don't make these friendships so I like never talk to them. If there's a group chat that like I want to be a part of or something, that's what I want to be in there for. Yeah, we can talk about YouTube bullshit, but like no, I think that's good. That's what the internet is for.
Yeah,
Socializing.
yes,
yeah, and that's what
and and
we've
and
done.
and I can honestly say, besides when I was in Discord and now I'm not in Discord, this was the first group chat I was in. I talked to people in DMs here and there, but it took me almost like 4 years on YouTube before I said, yes, I'll
Yep.
join the group chat. Because some of these women I didn't know, but I knew of them. Do you know what I mean? And so, okay, go
Hmm.
ahead. Keep going on what you shared, Terry. Sorry.
Um, no, that's basically what I've shared. Yeah, I pretty much I
Okay.
my
So,
mind
like,
is kind of like all over the place, but I
oh,
did share about the
trust me.
group.
So,
The group.
where this kind of comes into play for anyone that's not up to date on this is that there was, uh, and I don't want to rehash all of that, but there was a bit of falling out that happened with the group chat that Melissa had been a part of, and then Anna Abby debacle. Okay, I'm not talking about that. I've already done that. But after that, and we were all really upset because things were shared from the private group chat, like, and that was something that had been talked about multiple times. And then all of a sudden, I see Shelley drops a video about curse. Now, listen, I am not taking away on Shelley's feelings about how she may feel about curse die.
Yep.
Really, like, I don't want to invalidate her feelings, but the fact that when she goes and shares, drops private DMs, like, I'm not saying people shouldn't ever share DMs, But I feel like there's got to be a really good reason. And this kind of just came out of nowhere. And then when that happened, all of a sudden now, because of the group chat drama, and like I tried watching one of Ma's streams. I had to stop after 5 minutes because I was like ready to bang my head against the wall. She's got multiple discords, Cursed Eyes DMs, and our group chat, like all basically under the same umbrella. Like we're all the same people. And that's just not how this has gone down. It's not like that. Um, and so Shelley set off, this is my opinion. I know it's really dramatic, but I feel like she set off a bomb. Oh, before this, she decided to leave the group chat, and we were all okay with that. She's got stuff going, and it was on good terms, is my point, you know. Um,
Right.
she's got stuff going on with her grandma, and seriously, I have all of the empathy for her and her family going through this. And this is why it's taken me so long to like process stuff because I've been so conflicted on, I know she's going through a hard time, but what I cannot get over is like, even like I'm not trying to make it about me, but I'm just going to use me for an example. When I've gone through some of the hardest times with my illness, and my first marriage completely was destroyed, and my grandma was in hospice, and I was there, like I probably you get in your own bubble, and so I probably wasn't always the nicest. I definitely wasn't as good a friend because you're so like wrapped up. What I've not done, and maybe this is just me, I don't go and just set off a bomb and purposely do toxic things. And that's kind of where I felt Shelley did. And then so she leaves the group chat, no problem. Then the cursed eye video drops. And I did reach out to her and I'm like, listen, I don't agree with you sharing the private DMs. We just had like this big hoopla about all of us being upset about private information being shared, and then you go and share this. And then more information comes out. Then it's, um, well, you'd be surprised in who I've been talking to behind the scenes for months now, since last winter or whatever. I forget. I think she might have said a month. I don't remember when. And okay, so that happened. Then I found out that she was a member of her channel. So I reached out to her, and I'm not saying people should just believe me, but I guess I felt like Shelley would. There's only 3 people out of all of the people on YouTube that I would warn someone, and she is number one on my list. And so I reached out to her
Yeah.
just to give her a heads up. Like, I'm not saying don't let her be a member. You're not sharing intel. But my concern was that she was going to try to reach out to her privately. And I never had any problems with Shay. Like, when I did see her in comment sections, always very nice. But sometimes I think, like, was she hoping to get in for me? I don't know. I don't trust her, is my point. So then Shelley comes out with a video, and in the first couple minutes, she's like, people are warning me, and I don't need to be like, I'm not upset with them, but I can like go where I want. And I don't disagree. And Shelley has, in the comments lately, in the last week or so, has made this like, this is all about because she wanted to go watch taboo topics. That's not my problem, never has been. And it really pisses me off because I have made it a point when we were in group chat like, listen, I like Bliss. I got to know Bliss in Discord. I got to see a side of her that not was always seen on YouTube. I get like I respect everyone's feelings on how they might feel towards each other, and everyone respected mine. So I am the last person for sure that is going to have a problem if you want to watch someone else's content. That wasn't my issue. My issue was concern of Shay. And then I find out she tells me in DMs that not only did, like she show it on her video DMs with Cursed, but she shared with Shay other DMs. She said it wasn't like the full conversation, but I did share other parts, but I didn't share anything with the group chat. And it's like, I still, even then, I was like, okay, I felt like I
Okay,
was in a holding pattern.
hang
Even
on a
then,
hang on a
I,
second, girls.
go ahead, go ahead.
Um, okay, so if we look at what's happened today, and well, I guess it started yesterday, but all the comments that Shelley has made, there's no trust. There's no trust that anyone else's private messages with Shelley haven't been shared with Shay
Right.
or Megan or whoever all these other people are.
I'm not saying Shelley would do that, but I feel like if she feels like she's backed and she always thinks she's trying to get ahead of things, but all she does, she's getting ahead of things that don't need to be getting ahead of and creating problems when she's doing things like that. And even after she told me about sharing DMs with Shay, I was still like willing to support her um, eh, because I just really felt like she needed it, you know. Um, and she was, and I will say her apology to me was very sincere, very genuine. I believe it was, but then it's like where then she leaves IG. So she drops this video saying, I don't need people to warn me, and she leaves IG, so I can't respond.
Right. So
Um,
and that video, in my opinion, was slapping you and Stina in the face for warning her.
and I told her that. I said I kind of felt like it was a fuck you to me,
Yep.
like, geez. And I don't know if I at that time I didn't know other people had reached out to her.
Okay, you guys, I want to say something, and this house is so loud. Okay,
Go ahead.
I have something I want to say,
That's
and
okay.
it's funny because it's something I held on to, and then I have to add to it. Okay, so earlier, Curls, I think you mentioned, right? Like you guys were all in the same folder, right? And you guys are not the same people, right? Like for some reason you said that, and I thought
Yeah,
about it. Well, then it made me think of the comment yesterday, the very same comment that's on Terry Lynn's community post is the very same comment that made me say, fuck Shelley. Okay. So when you read that comment, guess what? We have all been enemies to her this whole fucking time, guys.
Exactly, Tira.
Because,
Exactly.
because if you tell me you never stood up for, how fucking dare you?
Yep.
Half of us were half alive. We were all hanging on by fucking strings,
yes,
Hmm.
and
Yep.
Jugs got obsessed with her.
yeah,
Okay. And like that was a problem. We get it. But what are you can't pour from we have all been enemies from jump. And that is my fucking opinion today.
Hmm.
it
Yeah,
really
that's what I
hurts
wanted
my
to say. This
feelings.
house is real loud. I'm going back to mute, guys. Okay.
No problem.
It hurts my feelings because I may have not always publicly been saying stuff, and there was a reason for that because I know Mad Nutter had done it. I just know Jugs became obsessive for a while there. And no matter if someone
Absolutely.
left an emoji or a comment, now they're dragging subscribers into it, and it just was making things worse. So I wasn't very public about it. But it's not because I agreed with anything. But I'll tell you one thing, I was behind the scenes sometimes for hours talking to her and genuinely like ah, it's for her to be like, you never, none of us ever spoke up. And just because we're like cordial with popcorn doesn't mean we're friends. Like,
Exactly. Yep.
listen, it's YouTube
It
and
sounds like, and I'm going to say really quick, it sounds like you guys held her hand through everything.
Oh,
Okay, that's what
you
I'm
have no
hearing.
idea. You have no
yeah,
idea.
yep.
Held her hand. Oh, oh yeah.
And we did it for
Changed
each
her
other. It
fucking
wasn't just
diapers.
her, but it just, I feel like I don't know what to think. Like this was so out of left field with everything else. Like it wasn't was not on my bingo card, that's for sure. And so when
When I'm
she,
looking back at it, I'm thinking it was planned.
Okay. And
Something.
unfortunately, when someone says out loud, okay, my grandmother is sick. She's on hospice. It's a really bad situation. And I think that I acted out because of it, or you know what I'm saying? Use that as a scapegoat
Yeah,
It was almost like, no, the timing was right. And now you get to say that it's because of what's happening in your life and then just continue to go on and make content like nothing's even happening. You started a forest fire and walked
yes.
away and went home.
Yeah, I feel like she set off a bomb, she left the country, and the rest of us are left here trying to like find shelter and find our way through the war. I know that's dramatic, but like that is the image I have in my head. You
Bury
know,
that bitch.
she may have not intended for like it to go the way that it has, but you've got others now, like fake accounts, and I'm not even gonna speak his name, like putting the target back on all of us because they and she's protected. You know, when she,
Oh yeah.
Shelley's okay, but the
As
rest of
far as
us
I'm
are
concerned,
assholes. Really,
what
really.
once Roadhog came back and vindicated Mike, Shelley flipped. Okay.
Okay, I don't know anything about that. Can you elaborate on
Well,
that just a little bit for me? Because I don't know what you're talking about.
as you would say, Tira, that's my motherfucking conspiracy.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you know what? If anyone loves a good conspiracy, it's me, bitch. So I'm with you.
Oh, I call it my conspiracy now. I totally took that from. I can't tell you how many tearisms I use. It's ridiculous.
You
But
know
this
what
is
though? Why not? Why not? Because I put so much shit out there. I talk so gosh damn much. How do you not pick up on my shit? Anybody who watches me religiously is gonna talk like me at home. And
oh yeah,
that's just
I
the
do.
way it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Really, because you guys watch everything. I talk too damn much.
So this is what happened. Roadhog had gone on a stream and had like basically defended Mike. And this is like I don't know if it was, but there was fallout with Popcorn and Bliss and everyone, right? So
Yeah.
um and yeah, okay, he might have done that, and yeah, he might have been telling the truth. But the thing is, that this man has said the just most vile things about every female that he's ever talked about, including Shelley.
Thank
And
you.
I like, okay, so great. He said something truthful. That doesn't give him a pass. And then, oh, let me go and share stuff with Shay, who is like besties with them. Like, I,
Okay,
I
okay,
just,
but here's the thing. Okay, let's put ourselves in Shelly's shoes. Pig comes to his platform. She's waiting for all of her enemies, all of her ops, to stand up for Mike. Okay, we were supposed to stand up for Mike for some reason. That was in the comment. Okay, we're talking about Mike here. So now I get to say, oh my God, look at the pig came to his platform and vindicated Mike. My friends didn't vindicate Mike. But
Well,
how
that's
do
what she
you look
said.
past, right? But how do you look past everything that Popcorn and Jugs did because they still did it beginning in his name? Whether Jugs went off the deep end or not, they all started in the fucking pig pen. Like, how do
yeah,
you look past that?
I,
Right. And
and I
while
know she's
saying
like
that
real
we're her
salty with
friends.
Terry about popcorn, but here's the other thing is, especially on YouTube, um, there is a lot of overlap with subscribers. I'm not seeing people like no one's friends here, but having a civil conversation, um, in my opinion, is better. Like, and we can. I'm still processing this. I'm trying, like, I don't want to speak for other people. My point is like me being civil and polite doesn't mean like I'm forgetting everything that's happened because that just that's I can't time is the only thing that will show me someone's truly changed, and there just hasn't been enough time for that yet. But that doesn't
I'll
mean
co
like
sign
we
that.
can't
Okay,
keep the
you said
peace
it better
here.
than I could have.
Sorry, what was that?
And there's people in Bliss's chat that I like, and it was hard for me to be in Bliss's chat when popcorn was in there. It really was. And a lot of times I was on replay because it would I I felt like there was a couple times I went in and came in a little hot, and that's not like me. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to disrespect someone else's panel or whatever, you know. So
Right.
I'm and I don't know. Like anyway, like she's real salty with Terry about the popcorn thing. And I don't know what more she wants any of us to
Okay,
do. Like
okay, that confuses me.
we've
Okay, I'm sorry, Curls. I have to interrupt you. That confuses me because because see, I'm not in the group chat, right? Of course. So I watch Shelley videos and I listen to her say from her mouth, okay, I don't care if people want to talk to popcorn and whoopty bam and
yeah.
whoopty bam. So
Mhm.
when Tira hears you say that, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You see what I'm trying to say? This is
Oh,
why you can't be fake when you are when you are that kind of YouTuber, you do not get to fake the funk. Go ahead. Go
she's
ahead.
a
I just
walking
wanted to say that.
contradiction lately. She is. She's a walking contradiction, and it's a problem.
Very bad.
Um, and that I just I'm I'm done. I just cannot. Like and I don't want to, and I don't want to battle with her. But we've got people saying, bringing up Stina's cancer again. This woman did not fake cancer. I am like, don't know how you go and prove something like that because we're not sharing medical records and stuff. But she absolutely had cancer. It was a really difficult time, and that brought up a bunch of memories for Stina. You've got her like saying basically Terry wasn't a good friend. And oh, also I saw in a comment like, yeah, Terry, others don't like you either. So now you've got Terry doubting like, are we, has anyone been speaking behind the scenes, which it hasn't
Mhm.
happened. But like
I
she
hope
made
we
it
all
like,
know that. I hope we
yeah,
all know that. Let me just reiterate that. That's a really good point, right? Because we're going to hear a lot of all of that and we all know better. So just reach out to each other. That's all you got to do because
and
dude,
that's what we did.
they're trying to play us against each other so bad and this is just not the
Yeah.
community for it. And we're better than
Yeah.
that. I just wanted to say. Okay,
Exactly.
go ahead, baby. Go.
Well, and I think there's ulterior motives on the the pig pen side too. I
Yes.
think that they are hoping people will start dropping stuff. And I can tell you right now, that's not going to happen. I'm not above that. Unless I absolutely have to get pushed into something, I'm not doing that. Because there's just too much personal information. I would just never do that. When I am so sensitive when I talk to people in DMs, it's like I might tell someone, "Hey, yeah, I talked to Tira the other day," but I'm not telling them what the conversation is. Do you know what
Right,
I mean?
right.
I've always tried to be that way, and I
And
am
they're
going
gonna
to.
fail
I'm not bringing
miserably.
myself to a level just because. Yeah,
Right. They're going to fail
we are
miserably.
not the same. Like as you were saying,
Right,
we are not the
right,
same. I am
right.
not like that. I'm not doing that. I would not. I would never do that to anyone, regardless if we're friends now or not. I'm not doing that,
If I
and I
have
feel like
ever called you a friend on this platform, if I have ever called you a friend to your face, okay, because there's a lot of people I won't claim as a friend just to keep our friendships private. That's how bad it's gotten. But, like, you
right.
know what I'm saying? If I ever called you, you ain't never got to worry about our fallout being public unless you bring it to the platform. I had
That
a very private falling out with Mindy. You know what I'm saying? She came to the internet and I still ain't said shit about it. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know.
Like
I know.
we don't do that.
Yeah.
And now Shelley, she goes with like, I why can't we just move on? It's just YouTube's not. It's YouTube. It's not that deep. It's like, are you kidding me? Because a few months ago, it was all about YouTube and so
Shame on
stressed
her.
out and like, are you kidding me? And and this isn't like I cannot clarify this enough. I don't care who she watches. That's not my problem. Never was. My problem started with her sharing private DMs and and then find out she shared more information with Shay. That was such a red flag. It practically knocked me over. And even then, I was still willing to stand by her until what I have seen the last couple days in comment sections. It's like I don't know who she is anymore. I don't know, and that scares me when I don't know. Like I can understand someone like being out of pocket because they're in a bad mood, they're going through some stuff. But this is like I don't know who this Shelley is. I like did I know her? Like that's where I start questioning things, and I hate feeling that way. And if I got to start questioning and tensions and all of that, then it's time for me to step away.
See, and that's
See,
where
and
I
that,
get
I don't like
concerned.
that. I don't like that.
Yeah, I get concerned that girls, you're going to get sucked back into it because of how well Shelley has played us all.
Yeah, well, you don't have to worry about that.
I
I
wanted to say something specifically publicly. Okay. And I want you ladies to listen and listen good because this is going to apply to the whole chat. I guarantee you, everybody in chat, everybody on this panel has donated to me in some way, shape, or form. Most of you, a majority, helped me go from homelessness, sleeping in a park, okay, to moving into my very own apartment until my son needed me. Now, okay, everybody sees that. It was very public. I think we need to keep in mind going forward, okay, because we're all the core group. The core group is the core group, right? Like there is no more newcomers. We're the core group. That's all
Oh,
that's
yeah,
left
no
now.
more. No
Right,
more.
right, right. You know what I'm saying? But like, I think we need to remember that people want what we have. And am I saying that Jugs and Popcorn didn't get Shelley kicked out of that apartment? Based on the things that she showed, it did very much seem like, things that were coming out of Popcorn's mouth were in fact happening. And it was extremely believable. Okay. But when you know that there's a community, okay, that offers so much support, so much so that it goes into financial, okay, monetary support, you want what that people have. She has talked about nothing but money
Honey.
since
yes,
she has been monetized.
Yep.
And you
And
guys,
we've seen that.
she took advantage of the community. I had a comment from someone and I posted it on my community post. Feel free to go look at it. It's a very silent subscriber. She's been around forever. She's obviously watching it. She's not said nothing yet. And she brought it all up. And I've been thinking about it all night. And I'm just like, I want to say her name, but I won't. I pinned it anyway. But anyway, like it's just like, oh my God, you just reaffirmed to me that I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. She knew because Terry Lynn, I noticed that she bought someone a Christmas gift when she was putting out all them lists for her children. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry, what? Like,
Right.
you know
well,
what I'm
and
saying? People want what we have. And I know essentially I'm the creator who gets supported. But at the end of the day, we do all this for each other regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, you only see Tira being financially, helped publicly. But what we
right.
have is what we have. You know what I'm saying? We all look out for each other privately. So it's like
Well,
people want what we have. And I think that's what this was about. And I don't know that it was all popcorn and jugs. Maybe something happened where they did just get caught being in that fucking apartment. And she said, you
right.
know what?
No.
I'm in the
Okay.
best community to get in a new house. I
Okay.
hate to say that, but I feel that way, guys.
I'm gonna uh, I'm gonna say that proof was shown to one person. I don't remember personally seeing it, and at this point, it could have even been fabricated. Have you ever seen the proof, girls?
I have not. If I'm I don't think I have.
Okay,
But
so you
I know
guys,
she showed it to someone. I just don't remember who it was. But I wanted to say this before I forget. The other thing that really upset me that Shelley did is that she outed Kirsty. Kirsty donated a substantial amount of money anonymously.
500
Now,
US. Do you know what 500 US is in Canadian dollars?
and the fact
Okay.
that yeah, she's going to get notified on who donated, but the fact that she just shared that for everyone, I cannot stress enough that I am just I just not okay with people sharing personal stuff like that. That was no one's business. Especially if she would have put her name, that'd be one thing. But she donated anonymously and then she tells everyone. And I felt like it set up this narrative. I'm not saying that what Shelley's feeling was wrong, but what I did see from the video that she did have up and then what I saw Curse put out, I did not see things the same way that Shelley did. And I shared that with her. I'm not seeing that. I don't need to see all the conversations for you to have gotten to that point. But I to this day I cannot get wrap my brain on the why she did this, why she put that video out with Curse, because it then put like a bullseye on all of us again. And there was no reason. Like, so why? She's the type of person, in my opinion, that is always trying to get ahead of things. She has said it before. She's like, she'll say in one breath, yeah, Chris taught me, like, if there's something that is out there that you're worried about, like, it's better just for you to talk about it. Like, she meant that in like a very good advice way. And but then in the next breath, she wants to be like, cursed is evil, and she made me do all this stuff, and I felt obligated because she gave me money. And if anyone ever makes you feel that way, that's not okay. But I don't think that Curse did that. All I saw from Curse, I was not in their private DM, but from what I saw in the group chat was Curse trying to find a solution to a man that has been just so awful. And what can we do about it? And I wasn't a part in a lot of that because I wasn't directly affected like others were. But I didn't see this like, okay, I gave you this money and now you have to do this. No, that's not what I saw. And she kept saying, I'm an adult. I can go wherever I want. Well, guess what? You're also an adult and you can make the decisions you want. So if you didn't feel comfortable with something, then you say that. That's it. There, like, I don't know what she's like. Do you get my point of like going back and forth? Like, one minute she's the victim, next minute she's an adult. She can do what she wants, blah, 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 and then back to, but I felt forced. Like, I don't know. I,
I think
I got to
that's an
calm down.
interesting point of view because, like, I've never thought of it like that. But, I'm really glad you brought that up because that is one thing that Terry Lynn, I believe, pointed out as well. Something with the dates. I asked Shelley specifically in our text messages, did her side send you this $500 and within the same day tell you, like, yo, don't forget, you're supposed to. She sends me a screenshot of Kirsty saying, yo, don't forget, you're supposed to be calling Crime Stoppers or whatever, da 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 da. And then she tells me, yes, it was the same day. Well, it was Terry Lynn who like paid attention because I'm the worst at receipts. Even if I got the motherfuckers, I don't know how to read them right. So it's like Terry Lynn pointed that out, and I'm like, wow, you like lied to me because like
Mm-hmm.
I specifically asked you because to me, right, if you're gonna give me $500 because I'm having this GoFundMe and working up to it, you keep wanting me to call Crime Stoppers, okay? This is something you want from me. And then all of a sudden you drop fucking 800 Canadian dollars or whatever you said, Terry. I'm sorry, but I missed it.
That's about what
800
it
fucking
is.
dollars, you know what I'm saying? And then you ask me again, like, yo, ain't you going to call Crime Stoppers? If I'm not going to call Crime Stoppers and I'm not comfortable, like you said, girls, like you said it out of your mouth, I'm sending you back that $500. I would
Now,
love to keep it. I would love to. But like, I'm not finna be fucking paid to do something I'm uncomfortable with.
And that's because the crime the the Crime Stoppers and the reporter stuff happened a year ago. Kirsty
yeah, that
has
was a long time ago.
shown has shown the
Lies.
GoFundMe
Oh my
payment
fucking God.
in November. Like the two were
Wow.
not linked.
Right. That's why this to me came out of nowhere. So I can't help. This is my conspiracy with Shelley seeming to like just going by patterns of behavior and like things that I know we were talked about in the group chat. Like I wouldn't say anything like you don't need to explain anymore. Over explaining isn't a good idea. And okay, I'm not going to. And the next day, boom, she's doing this. Like she's always trying to get ahead of something. So to me,
Good
like I
night,
can't
Bliss.
help but
Thanks for coming.
oh, good night, Bliss. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to the chat right now. In my brain, logically, I'm like, is she trying to get ahead of something? What else has she shared? Like, I don't know. What else? Is there something that I'm not saying it's illegal or whatever, but is there something else that she's done?
Yeah, she's
And so,
hiding something.
right. And that if it comes out, then she can say, yeah, oh, yeah, I did that. But, cursed or whoever she wants to put the responsibility on is who caused me to do this because she says in one breath she's taking accountability, but in the next breath, then it was, well, you just don't know how cursed was, and like she made me do things that I wasn't comfortable with. It's like, but then in the next breath, but I'm an adult and I can do what I want. Like, I don't know what to do with this yo-yo right now. Like, I'm just chucking the toy. That's what I'm doing. I'm done with the yo-yo. I'm chucking it. So
Yeah.
I can't help but go there, and I hope I'm wrong, but that's like this is how much I have been trying to process this in the last couple weeks, trying to explain logic of why she would do this. And then she does it and she's just gone and doesn't care. Or like, is that what she was hoping? Did she want the target back on us? I don't think so, but like you can't help but have your brain go to these places when she just seems so blasé about it. And
Yeah,
then I
she
get she's
didn't.
busy with her grandma, but you were not busy enough to like go and blow up the world on YouTube for all of us. Like there
Yeah,
are consequences. There are.
and
I,
this Sammy account that I am convinced is her keeps bringing it back to Melissa. Let's focus on Melissa. This began with Melissa. Yes, Melissa is a whole ass issue, but
but
that's
here's the
completely
thing, and I know
separate.
right, but I also and I
And
know like I might have a different opinion on this. My opinion, I never felt like Melissa's intention was for the snowball that happened to happen. The difference is that Shelley planned that she made this video with the intention of sharing private DMs. She did that. Like I'm not saying like one is better than the other. Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying it's different. And the intention that Shelley showed was so much different than I felt like Melissa showed. And that's like, I get that not everyone sees the same way I do. And I get that, respect it. But and that's the other thing that irks me the most is that we were also upset about, private things being shared. And then she goes and shares private things about hers. It's like, how? Why would you do this? Why? I,
Stina, I can't help but laugh because I gave Sammy a personal invitation and they're not here tonight.
Sammy has been in my
Sorry.
comments, by the way. Terry Lynn, I actually jumped off of here because I got a very interesting comment that kind of goes with what I was talking about earlier. I sent it to you on Instagram. If
Okay,
you're able to
yeah.
save it to your phone, I can tell you how to upload it here so we could read it together, or if you just want to read it off your phone, I think you might be on your desktop anyway. But this particular person has been commenting for, I don't know what, 2, 3 weeks, ever since I started talking about Jessica Kent again. And then all of a sudden, she clicks on this video and I'm mentioning Shelley, and she knows Shelley from the past. And it's interesting to see what she says about her. She's like, "Oh, how funny that you know Shelley."
Okay, so I don't know how
Just read it.
to,
Just read the comment,
yeah,
Kira,
okay.
or
So it
whoever.
says, found you a few days ago about Jessica being a liar, and because nothing she said added up. Love those videos. Didn't know you knew of Shelley, and that whole situation confuses me. Laugh out loud. She had a Facebook group saying she wants to help kids and make no money. Now she's saying that's the whole point and doesn't want to talk about kids. And they put a laughing emoji. All her posts were so cryptic. Even if I wanted to still follow, I couldn't. That's interesting.
It is interesting. So that's something else that made me change my mind. I just totally forgot. I should have had this few hours ago.
Um,
And I also want to say, I'm not, even Terry knows, I was back and forth if I was going to go on panel tonight because I don't want people to think that I'm dogpiling on anyone. And that's not my intention, but I feel like she either doesn't, isn't aware, or at this point just doesn't care how this has like affected many of us. And like putting
um,
targets back on us. And I just, I can't stay silent anymore. I'm tired of being silent. So she was annoyed that she thought none of us spoke up enough about her. Well, guess what? I'm speaking up about you now. I mean, it might not
Right,
be in the way you
right,
wanted, but here we go.
right. Very that.
okay.
And
Hang on a
also, I think
no,
dogpiling is not.
hang
Go
on,
ahead.
hang on. Sometimes I need to say something before.
You forget.
Um, yeah, so as I looked at Instagram, I noticed that um, that Mad Nutter account has dropped a video about Mandy. So, Mandy, if you're in here, would you still like to come up?
And that fake man net occur, I have never seen such lies. Like it, there's not even like an inkling of truth going on. It's bananas to me. Like
So
who is doing your research? It sucks.
that Mad Nutter account is Karma Train. What used to be Karma Train.
I don't know
Never
anything
heard of
Because
about
it.
account.
you don't remember Karma Train?
I don't.
Okay.
I'm surprised I remember what today is. And sometimes it's amazing what my brain does remember and what it doesn't. Like, but that's not ringing a bell.
Okay. Well,
Pearls,
it
I
does
wanted.
for me. Sorry, go ahead, Tara.
No, I didn't want to forget to tell Curls. I think you know me better than anybody, right? Like, you know that I don't agree with that dogpiling stuff, but
Yeah,
I
I know.
also don't consider this dogpiling because we're not being mean to her. I
I
think
just know that it's
when
going to
we're
be
all
twisted.
dragging Radiant
Yes.
Brit for, her foundation, that's dogpiling. Like, I don't need to make a video, right? But like having a conversation about something that has been made public, like, you know what I'm saying? No, you don't have to be silent. People are talking about you. People are saying things about you and your friends in your group chats and your things. You're allowed to talk about it. And this is not dogpiling. This is a conversation. I think we could be
Well,
very mean. Let's think about how people behave out here.
right. And that's why I just wanted to clarify because I already know like there's going to be the other side out there that is going to be like poor Shelley and All of us are against her. We didn't cause this, and it was not easy, especially for me, to come to this decision to step away from Shelley. This was a really difficult choice for me. Like, I did not take it lightly. And I'm
You have a
upset
hard time
watching.
letting people go, Curls. If there's one thing about you, you have a very hard time letting people go. So I want to say, because I know Curls better than anybody, right? Like, hello, this was obviously something serious for her too, because yeah, she don't let nobody go. She's still friends with everybody and their mamas.
And I try to be like, that's who I am,
It
and
is. It is.
I just, I just feel like so many people are trying to put out fires in the comment section because of what she's done, and it's getting twisted
Oh.
that we're all a part of it, and that's what's frustrating me. She put this thing out about Kirsty, but we've all got dragged into it like somehow we're a part of that. And none of this had to happen. It just none of it. She could have gone and watched her if she wanted to. Okay, I seriously, none of us have an issue with that, but she keeps bringing that up. I don't care who you want to watch. My boundary is sharing private information with who I consider a dangerous person and not trustworthy. And I'm not okay with that. And even then, I was still trying, but I just can't,
Yeah,
after
yeah.
watching everything the last couple of days in comment sections, I can't. I just won't.
Okay, sorry, Curls. I'm just gonna cut you off for a few minutes.
Yep. I'm
Um,
going to drop down for
so
just a second. I need to, I can pop back up. I just need to do a
okay.
couple of things. So I'm going to drop down for a second. Okay.
Yep.
But I'm listening. I'm listening.
So Teresa is telling me that the account was anonymous 7. So it's not Karma Train like I thought it was. Um, okay,
Okay.
gotcha. Okay,
Does it
I'm.
really matter who's behind the account?
I mean,
What are we gonna
for
do? What are we gonna do? And
well,
I hate to even say it like that because that sounds I'm sounding like a bitch and I'm not really trying to be, but what can we do? What can we do?
I believe Cena would like to
Well, no, I
say
mean now
something.
that we know it's like an anonymous 7 or a karma train. Like it's one thing if it was Shay, allegedly my motherfucking conspiracy, right? Like and to me, I still think it is Shay. I think she's probably anonymous 7 or karma train. That's just what it is, right? I have another conspiracy, but we'll just stick with Shay. So you know what I'm saying? But like now that we know it's like not someone we know, no, of, like, what do we do?
Yeah, I don't know. Hang on a second. Mandy, it's not letting me let you up on stage. It says your device is not connected.
Mandy, turn on your wireless. Make sure you're on your wireless. StreamYard doesn't like whatever that like plug like directly plug. I don't fucking know. But yeah, I do. I
Hi
think it's
there.
extremely weird, and I know you do too. That
Hey, can
like
you
she's
guys hear
just
me?
yep.
You're low, but yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm on my headphone. But I really wanted to be able to come on tonight. You guys go. I just have some things to say to sprinkle in about what you talked about thus far, but I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
We weren't talking about nothing, Mandy. You got the floor as far as I'm concerned. We were just
Yeah.
kind of chit chatting.
And I'm
Okay.
actually going to mute Mandy and give you the floor. Um, just because I have to refill my ice and water.
Okay.
All
Thank you,
right,
Terry.
no problem.
Okay. So this chat started because I was going live at that time, which this was around I want to say that this group chat got made at the end, it's 2025, so like the end of 2020, it was made and all of that, and the intent, there was nothing nefarious about it. It was just for me to be able to pop in and say, hey guys, I'm live if you'd like to come and check it out. I felt it was a very common thing to do, because I'd have people ask when I was going to go live, and I really didn't have any real idea. And Instagram for me was the easiest way to be like, I'm thinking of doing one tonight at 10. Here, here's the link or whatever. So that was what it was made for. But then we all get along. Curls and I have been friends for a while. At that point, I'd known.
Oh no, you're cutting in and out, Mandy.
I'm sorry. I was gonna try and smoke a cigarette, but I'll just go home and get on the Wi-Fi. uh, sorry about the cutting out. But and the beeping. I'm sitting in my car. But yeah. So all that was happening. Yeah, it was just so I could go live. But I had known Curls, Stina, trying to think of other people that were in this chat. Melissa. I invited everyone. Marissa, Steph was there. Anne, shit. I'm trying to think of everyone who was there. That's who I can think of offhand. But we all got along. So it ended. The leaking of DMs was kind of unnecessary because a lot of these people were already there. And then Shelley was added like later. Like she wasn't added in the original um group. Like someone came to me, and I can't remember who it was. I honestly, I probably wouldn't even say, because I know that they're probably hating the fact that they did that. But they came to me and they were like, I know this creator Shelley. She's really cool. She's a very nice person. I think she'd fit really well. Would you invite her to the chat? And
You're cutting in and out, Mandy. Yeah, we still don't hear you. You're gone now.
is that any better?
Okay,
Did
I mean,
that?
we hear you now. We hear you now.
Okay, good. It's something with my phone. My phone is like dimming and it's cutting me out, and I don't know why. Okay, so the group chat uh thing was just to alert people when I was going live. That was literally all it was, but it was a group of old friends that I'd had, that I had made along the way, and Shelley was not included in this group. I was not friends with Shelley. I have never really been in the DMs with Shelley like that. The only thing that I was ever in the DMs with Shelley about was her teeth. And because I was curious how much that cost, because I knew it was actually a very costly thing. And I was like, how much was it? I was thinking, oh, can you get it through insurance? Like, is there a hack pretty much that I don't know about, that I'd love to know about? So that was why I had the only time that I recall DMing with Shelley. But she was added to this group. And all the ladies were in there, and we all just got close. Like we all talked a lot. And Shelley was given like what I would call like the little sister treatment by us. Like it was like, hey, it was almost like we were trying to guide her in a way, like, because she was going through what seemed like a lot. But one thing that Shelley didn't have in common with most of the ladies in that chat is that when uh Roadhog did his 25 days of shitness, we all got a dedicated video. Shelley was not part of that, but she was so upset about the things that would say about her. She would just come in and just be so beyond upset, just literal, just mess over it. And it made, in a way, it made sense, because I know, like, when I've been talked about on the internet, it can hurt. But I think you kind of dull to that after a few years, because it just doesn't matter to me anymore. Um, sorry, I'm trying to collect my thoughts. I just got in. But yeah, so Shelley was in there, and from what I remember, I started becoming less available in the chat around February through like April timeframe of 2024 because I was doing a lot of things. My life was changing a lot, which, hi Roadhog. I know that you're making videos and you want to say I cheated on my husband, but boom on you. I actually left my husband. So if I want to date somebody, it's my business. Um anyway, but so yeah, we were all just a support system there, kind of like for if something happened online, and we would all chit chat about that stuff. But it did seem like Shelley was coming more and more with more and more grievances. And then when the whole thing happened with the GoFundMe and whatnot, it was just like everybody just rallied around her like we had in the past, like for the Roadhog stuff. Like we were all there just to support and do what we could for her. And it was like it was almost like it didn't matter. Like, and it's just so maddening because it's like it didn't matter to her. It was so fleeting. And it's like your family is in a home now because of the
Right.
ladies who donated
Right.
to you. And like how can you not be eternally grateful? Like I have been in a bad situation. It's why I left my husband. But when I was in that bad situation, do you know what these ladies did? They all offered to help me in any way that they could. Every single one of them, any way that they could. And it was the sweetest, most endearing thing to me. And I hold it so close to my heart. And that's why this has made me so mad because I never really cared for Shelley. So it's like, this doesn't really affect me in that way. But it's like, it affects me in the way that I love curls. And you hurt her? No, we're not having that today. Terry, I adore Terry. You're not hurting her either, and that's just how I feel.
Man. And I just feel like, I don't know, guys. We're talking about December, January for the GoFundMe, right? Like it was around Christmas.
Yep.
And we're only talking about a few months later. Like, I
Yes.
cannot, like, I've been there. I've been helped. I got into an apartment because of our community. Same as
Yes.
her. And,
Yeah.
like, dude, I couldn't even think of
And
lighting a
I think
match
she's jealous
and
of that, Tara. I
running
think she
from the fire that I, like, left everybody in. I don't know where people
yeah.
get balls out here.
Like what I said earlier in chat was that she literally, like, we were all camping in the woods and she decided to go home early. But before she did, she sprinkled gasoline around us and set our camp on fire and fucking walked to her car. Like she just doesn't fucking care about anybody but
Very that.
herself.
Very
And it's
that.
like with you, for instance, Tira, like we've had our ups and downs, but when like I send you a little bit here and there, and it's like, go get yourself a Diet Coke. You know what I mean? I've got a Coke addiction. I get
And that
it.
means a lot. It's not even the amount. Like, dude, you could send me a $2 and that would get me a McDonald's Coke. Are you kidding?
Yeah, and it's like I like to do that. And I don't like to do, I like to do it like sporadically. Like I just want
Right,
it to be like a
right.
high, like to be a high point in your day. You know what I mean? And like just so many things have been weaponized and turned shady. And it's like this was never a shady group chat. This was never a group of shady women. Like the women that I listed are not shady women. Like I don't agree with what Melissa did. I don't. I don't think that what she did was right. I don't think that you share DMs. I just don't. So that I don't stand by. But this group of women to me is not a group of shady women. It just isn't. We weren't in there shit talking each other. We weren't in there backstabbing each other. We were talking about one person who was targeting us. And the biggest thing for me that really sticks in my ass is like, okay, sure, Shelley was targeted, but she wasn't targeted by Roadhog in the same way we were. But she was given the same grace by all of us to listen to her anytime that she needed to vent about it. And she vented about it a lot. It is a reason I left the chat because it was so negative. It was constant. It was like, oh, he's lied and he's doing this
Wow.
and he said this. And it's crazy. And
Wow.
it's just it is crazy. And it's like I know that there were some cracks showing before this whole situation. There was a live stream Steph did. And when Steph
Sorry,
did that
guys.
live stream, you're good. You're totally good, Terry.
Hang on a
But when
second, Mandy.
mhm.
Um, so I, sorry, I had to administer some NyQuil. Um, but I did hear you say that Shelley wasn't part of Shitmas, but she actually was.
Was she? I didn't know she got a dedicated video.
She did, yeah.
Okay,
She
then
did.
I apologize. I completely apologize. I did not know that she, or I did not remember that she got a dedicated video. A lot of this gets fuzzy, I think, too, because like certain channels are taken down, so you can't like back
Yeah.
reference.
Yeah,
But okay, I
exactly.
apologize for that. I take full accountability for
Yeah.
saying that, and I apologize. But okay, and what I was going to get to with the live stream Steph did was Mike, Shelley's husband, came in acting just weird, just being, all over and asking weird questions and kind of like derailing the chat. And someone timed him out. Shelley fucking lost it. Like she absolutely lost it. Like I don't know if anybody else remembers that tirade, but she lost it when
Oh
Mike
my
got
God,
timed out in that
no.
stream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were intoxicated that night.
Ooh, don't mess with her, Mike, honey. That's what I'm really starting to see here.
Yeah, there are a lot of things about Mike. Like there was I had some things sent to me that was like screenshots of a video where she's talking about Mike not liking some certain friends and stuff like that. And I didn't have time to look at all of it, so I'm just saying what I remember. But I believe Mike plays a bigger role in this than we know. I mean, my husband played a role in my content when we were together. And to be frank with everyone, my husband and I are still friends. If I needed it, if I told him to write it down for me because somebody's being mean to me on the internet, he would. Because he's a good man. He's not shit. And it's like all of this is just so insane to me. It did not have to be this because with Shelley, I reached out to you, Shelley, because I know you're going to watch this. I reached out to you. I gave you so much grace. I told you that I understood your grandmother was sick, not to worry about this stuff wasn't important, and that you only get so many moments with your grandmother. And that is true because I lost mine in 2016. I took care of her for the last 12 years of her life. I didn't take a dollar for it, and I don't want anything for it because she was the best person to me. I made a community post today about my grandmother, and it's because she is the strongest, kindest person I ever met. She accepted everyone exactly as they were. And if I can be anything, a quarter of that woman, I'm doing good in life. And to me, I just cannot connect in my brain why you would spend time on the internet doing anything when you could be sitting there with your grandmother. You need to
Yeah.
soak that in because you only get so much of that. Your children are also small. You only get 18 Christmases. You only get that for so long. And I just can't understand like kind of ignoring it for the internet. I, I don't get that.
And that's
And it's
But
why
you're
like,
not
I've,
allowed to ignore that situation, that very serious situation at home for the internet, for drama and play and all the things. But then you can ignore Stina, who's trying to get a hold of you and let you know about this Mad Nutty account that's making really, really probably the nastiest videos. I would say this is the nastiest channel I've come across. What would you say, ladies? I mean, they're
yeah,
fucking up there.
yeah.
yeah, they're up there. And I think that it's vile. And the fact that the biggest thing that really just sticks in my ass about this is I've been shady. Tira, you have told me before that I move funny. And I do believe at one point I did move funny. And I've heard it from others too. And I had to
Oh,
prove
same
myself
with
in this
me,
community.
Mandy.
Yeah.
Same with me.
But
And
you
I
know
just
what I
feel,
think it is, you guys? And this is just me being totally honest. I think because of the women around us when newer, because you guys are not like, originals, right? You guys are
mhm,
Yeah.
newer.
Yep.
When you come around us, you move funny because you don't know how you're supposed to fucking move because you
exactly.
think, things are supposed to be a certain way. no, we're just ourselves. We need you to move the way you move, and then we end up liking you, motherfuckers. That's what I think
Yeah.
has happened with, at least in these two cases right up here. Because I've
Yes,
said it
I
about Terry Lynn and you. So there's that.
yeah. And it's like I've said it for a long time, and I said it in your comment section. I think that might have been the first time you heard it. For me, I have a big sister. She's 9 years older than me. We went at it like cats and dogs when we were kids. But like you give me the same energy she gets, where it's like when I was younger, it was like, I'm not gonna let you go out this house looking like that. Your brows look all fucked up, but you come on, we gonna go in the bathroom, Mom, go fix them. But
Oh,
you
yeah.
uh-uh.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And that's your energy, and I love that about you, but in the beginning, I didn't know I could say that, you know what I mean? I didn't know if Tira would take that okay. So I do think that
Right.
a lot of it was like we just didn't know each other, so it's kinda like you do move funny in that situation, you know?
But I also know how standoffish I can be, and I will look, and I know this about myself, which is why I'm keeping my circle small going forward anyways. Okay, this one was it for me, guys. The circle's staying where my circle's at. You know what I'm saying? I encourage all
Yeah.
of you to make all the friends you want to, you know that. But like my circle's where it's at. The circle's the circle and the circle's a circle, right? Like no new friends, hashtag all the things.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah,
that's the
no
same.
new friends here either.
What the fuck was I just saying? See, I be ranting, dude. What was the point of that? Man, I forgot what I was even saying. Yeah, but yeah, no, team no new friends for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I think that it's
oh no, I'm very standoffish, right? Like, and I'm
Mhm.
I'm I'm very cautious because I've been burned a lot, way before you even came on the internet, Mandy. Like I've been burned good, so it's like I'm very cautious and I know that about myself. But
Yeah.
I think it intimidates people, and I don't want it to intimidate people. And then it makes them move funny around me. And then I call it out, and they're like, fuck, bitch, I'm just trying to fucking be cool with you.
Yeah,
And
or
I
I'm
can
trying
tell
to
the
impress
difference
you kind of
now.
thing. And it's
Yeah, I can
yeah,
tell the difference now, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had to
yeah.
go through some Terry Lynn's and Mandy's to get to a place now where it's like, no, you really move funny, or I think you're moving funny because you want to be my friend. Maybe I should try to
Yeah.
get to know you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I feel like with me and Terry, it was unique in the way that we did have to prove ourselves in this community. And then people like I'm just going to say the O word came in and were able to kind of get a free pass. And I feel like Shelley got that free pass too. I feel like everybody
Oh,
gave
yeah.
her the little sister treatment.
Yeah,
Like, we're going to
good
hold your
point.
hand and we're not going to, if you say something wrong, we're going to overlook it because you're just little sister. You know what I mean? And it's like, and I don't find it to be weird to treat someone that way if if you feel like they need it, and it felt very much like Shelley needed it.
Does
But
any of us know? I hate to cut you off. I'm so sorry. But
you're
does
good. No,
any
you're
of
good.
us know how she came to be around us anyway? I mean, I know she did the anti mommy stuff, but I feel like Housewife wasn't even on the internet when Shelley came into our lives. Am I like, I don't remember
So,
shit. I need help.
I don't
um,
know. Well,
she
maybe
came
for
in for
you.
Kirsty because
Ah,
Okay.
Kirsty,
how
Okay.
interesting. I didn't
Kirsty,
know they went back that far.
yeah, because Kirsty is um she's an anti-child exploitation group and or
Wow. So
channel.
not only she burned Kirsty, who I thought was just like, I met her in this group chat. No, these bitches go back. Whoa.
There's Kirsty saying sorry. You're
I
good.
truly don't know. I truly don't think that Curse knew the Shelley that we're seeing. I believe what we're seeing is that Shelley was always an op. Like she was always against us or just trying to get what she could get out of this community. Because if not, what are you doing this for? Why are you just chucking your friends and not giving a shit? And it's like
See,
people
and
that
you're
you should
not a
have
bad
respect
person
for.
for saying that, because what else are we supposed to think? It sounds harsh. hearing you say it, that sounds harsh to me. But what the fuck else are we supposed to think today, right now? It's been days, and all you've said in the comment section is nobody stood up for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
I
just
like.
like we were all there for her. So to a point that the group chat would move so quickly, and Terry can attest to this, because it would be so many voice notes, but a lot of those would be like back to 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 back from, like, say, Shelley. But like if she was hurting, we all ran into the group chat to support her and anybody else who needed it. That's the thing. It wasn't just Shelley, it was everybody. It was, we were there almost as a, and like as a support system for the abuse that we were enduring. And the thing is,
Good
like
night, Wildflower.
the big thing that she's been saying or whatever that I don't get is like the ROs and stuff. I don't remember us ever talking about that or her being pressured to do that. Like I don't remember that at all. And I feel like there were several group chats, and I'm learning that, but like I feel like she's convoluting them all, and also thinking that people won't stand up for the Terrys or the BTUs or the Curls or the Stinas. And I will all day. Like those are my ladies. Like B2U, even when she thought I was shady because she had been friends with Sarah Jean and the Coley thing and went down, she would come to my inbox every so often and say, "Hey Mandy, when you gonna start your channel?" And I would give some wishy-washy answer, and she'd be like, "Mm-mm, that's not good enough. When are you starting your channel?" And she pushed me so hard to start, and I appreciate her so deeply for that. I respect the shit out of her for not just throwing me out after that. It would have been easy to cast me aside and say, "Oh, you're shady. I don't want to associate." But she always stood there and always pushed me to go for the channel. And it's like I just thought it was incredibly sweet and endearing and just something that she didn't have to do. And during that time, a lot of people were weary of me, and I appreciate the people who gave me a chance, and that's just a chance, not hundreds of thousands. I don't know how much she got of dollars to get a place. When I was going through that situation with my husband, I could have used something like that, but I'll tell you right now, I could have never asked for it. I could have never brought myself to do that. I just couldn't.
Yeah, and B and I had the same type of interaction in the beginning. Um, we weren't we, we weren't at each other's throat, but we kind of knew that each we didn't like each other, and that was all because of the Sarah's Odd situation. Because I couldn't understand
Yeah.
what most of what Sarah was saying. But then the more I got to know B, like I would trust her over anybody on this platform.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I
I
mean? Like I have
yes, I respect her opinion as well.
yes.
Like it's not just a I like you, you're my friend. It's a I respect you. Like earlier, my phone was on like 8% and I said something and she was like, "Go charge your phone." And I was like, "Yes, ma'am." Like I respect that woman. I think that she's great. I really do. I think she is a really great example of a human being. I
I'm
just
gonna say something funny, and it's you guys are not gonna believe it's coming out of my mouth, but you guys know it's fucking true. People
mhm.
think like the community is Tira's community. No, it's BB's community. It is
Yeah,
BB's community. It
and
ain't
she's a
mine.
strong
She,
woman.
yeah, she's the leader of the pack, honey.
And also,
Yeah.
I think with Shelley, she did not expect anyone to stand up against Kirsty because, from what I understand, she took her video down pretty quickly. But from what I understand, there was like a screenshot flashed where it was like something to the effect of Stina and Mandy not being trustworthy, and it's from Kirsty. So I confronted Kirsty about that today, and she sent it to me, and she's like, "No, look, this is what it says." And she's like, "If you're unsure of Mandy and Stina, then or if you think they're untrustworthy, something like that." But it wasn't. I believe that they are this. You know what I mean? It was just if you think that, that's fine. And of course, Shelley's prior message is a voice note, so it only looks bad on Kirsty because she typed something out. Whatever was in that voice note was probably a little bit juicier than the few words that Curse and I texted back. But she immediately had that for me when I called
Oh,
her, or when I called her out and I was like, listen, this is what I've heard, and it hurt me. It kind of hurt my feelings. She was like, oh no, 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 hold on. And sent me the screenshot immediately. And it's like, I'm a very forgiving person. I am in my era of peace. I do want peace. I mean, I just want to get along. I thought we had come so far. That's kind of why I hate this situation. I don't like what Melissa did, but I hate what's going on with Shelley because it's trying to cause division in this community. And this is the first time in so long that we've all been on the same page. Like, why
Well,
can't
and
we all
it's
be
also
friends?
the first time I feel like too, tell me if I'm wrong and correct me, but like the first time that we're so fucking blindsided. Like
Yeah.
normally we watch people spiral out of control and little by little each of us are all, pulling our support behind the
Mm-hmm.
scenes anyways, right? No,
Yes.
this was like what the
good
fuck is
night,
happening
Betty.
right now?
Good night, Betty.
Yeah.
Thanks for
And
coming.
it's just one of
Um,
those. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, Terry.
uh, I lost my train of thought. Tara had said something, and something popped into my head, and now it's gone again.
The last thing Tira said was that this blindsided us I'm sorry, Terry,
Yeah, yeah,
with
okay. So
Shelley.
blindsiding. When I think back, there's been warning signs for me,
Yeah.
Explain
anyways.
those. I'm so glad you brought those up because I forgot and I wanted to talk about that. Yes, please. Let's talk.
Well, just things got really different in the chat. Um, Shelley wasn't talking as much. Um, it- her, yeah, her being available in the chat was less frequent than what it had been because it was excessive. And then it seemed to back off.
Hmm.
And if you go by what Shelley has now said, she's been secretly watching other channels since December. So I think that she's been wanting to pull away from us, and we've just been there for her anyways. Do you know what I mean?
And the shittiest part of all of this is that I feel that we're all real women. If I had a problem with Tira, I know how to contact her. I don't have to go on her page and write a shitty comment under her video or do some subliminal or send some screenshots. I don't have to do that. I know how to reach her, and I know how to say, "Hey, you fucking hurt my
Right.
feelings." I know how to do that with
Right. And if
everyone
you
in that
know how
chat.
to reach me, like, then you should know if you know how to reach me, you should do that any damn way, whether you fucking are cool with me or not. You know what I'm saying? Let's be for real
Yeah.
as adults. But, like,
Yeah.
especially if you fuck with me and I fuck with you, like, no, dude, you better come to me.
Yeah,
Exactly. And it's like we're talking to each other. We're friends. Why couldn't you just be a woman and say, I've been watching Shay's videos or Roadhog's videos or whatever, and just say, I think you're shady, you're shady, and I don't want to be a part of this anymore. None of this fallout would be happening if Shelley
Our
had given
leader
her
said it
true
best.
feelings.
Yep. Our leader said it best. If you wanted to not be a part of our circle or friendship or whatever we're going to call it, right, then you should have just walked away. Like everybody would have been fine with you just walking away. You had
Yes.
to go to the other side. You had to go
Mhm.
do that.
And she watched, like,
She
she
had
saw
already
all of
been there.
the yeah, I believe that too. Because she watched all of the stuff with the person with the first name that starts with O go on. And when that went on, we all made predictions that that person was going to end up in the pig pen. They didn't, which is shocking. But literally, it's the same
Are we sure
trajectory
they
that
didn't?
she took. I mean, they could be in living in a sock account. They're not under their like real name.
Yeah.
From what I can tell. From what I can tell, she disappeared. That's why I'm trying not to say her name. But
Yeah.
I just
Who are
know
we
that
talking about?
Oh,
Olivia,
Oh, I heard from her recently.
you did.
really?
Yeah. And she was just pretty happy to see that masks were falling down and things were, coming out. And, she wished me well and I wished her well back and, kind of laughed with her. And I haven't heard from her since. We just kept it like her one message, my one message, and went on with life.
But see,
But
that's
oh,
keeping
yeah,
it a
when
buck. That's keeping it 100 with you. That's saying hi, see what's going on, and I called your
Yeah,
shit,
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
and
it
that's
was kind of
fine.
cool. I won't even lie. It's not like I dislike her. I don't even dislike her. I don't dislike really fucking anybody except one person and his wife, right? But like in general, like it was kind of cool to get that message because finally I got to make a video and say, ha ha,
Yeah,
Melissa,
no, I
you're
get
a
you.
dirty bitch. Steph,
Yeah,
you're a dirty bitch. You know what I'm saying? So to get it from her, to get that message, I was like,
yeah.
oh, that was kind of cool.
No, and you know what? I don't, and there's like, I don't see anything wrong with that. My issue with Olivia was completely different, and it's like we were friends, and she just twisted a lot of things, and I'm not okay with that. And we could never be cool again, but if she sent me that message, I would handle it the same way. You know what I mean? There's
Oh,
no
yeah.
reason
Oh, yeah.
to be mean just to be mean, in my opinion. You know what I
Well,
mean? And I feel
like,
like that's kind of how we got by Shelley.
well, and isn't it weird? Because, like, that's Shelley's big thing. You guys are telling me who to watch. I had JJ in my comment section.
Hmm.
I've had Pogettes in my comment section. I have had Selfie Queen Cindy in my comment section. I haven't replied to her yet and read it, and so like I have to. But I
Hmm.
do. I reply to JJ. I reply to Hoggets. I do all them things. You're under my video with a legitimate fucking opinion. Thank you. And yes, I'll be happy to reply for the algorithm. Like, dude, nobody cares who you watch.
Yep,
Girl, I
exactly.
will be totally honest though. I saw those comments and I was like, and I saw you had replied, and I was like, oh God, what's under there? And when I read it, I was like, yeah, Tira has changed.
Yes. Oh yeah. Like I don't care who you are. Like if you're not him or I mean really cuz yeah, even the wife, I don't care if she comments. She's not allowed to anymore. I heard she got in big trouble. Um
Uh-oh.
Oh,
yeah, she got in big trouble for actually having an opinion on something she was interested in and watched my video. I mean, if you're going to watch my video, might as well fucking comment, let her.
How
but
dare a
hey,
woman educate herself? How
There's
dare she?
really only one person who like you ain't commenting under my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not gonna
Yeah.
reply to it. And other than that, dude, I don't care if I don't care for you or I don't like you. Like,
I'm
no, if
happy
you have
to.
something to fucking say about my videos, thank you for watching it. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
know you called me a
No, I
bitch yesterday,
agree.
but thanks for watching and leaving the comment and giving me something to fucking reply to. Like, no, of course.
Exactly. Yeah. And I will say, like, oh crap, I just had a brain fart. Give me a second. I'm sorry. I was gonna say shit. Fudge. I can't remember.
Does
So
Curls want to come back up? Because I
um,
can't look at chat and pay attention. Like I'm so like I
or
have to
I'm
pay
doing.
attention to what's being said. So like I haven't been in chat. Does she want to come back up?
I don't know. I'll drop the
Mhm.
link and see if she. Yeah,
Let's see if she
That's
will.
why I said from the beginning that I apologize, but I can't. I can't do two things at once.
Yeah, and one thing that Curls just said. we don't police subscribers. Nobody in this community does. Nobody says, "Oh, you sub to me, don't sub to Tira."
Oh,
Not at all. Not even
oh,
Tira.
nobody
You
blocked
know?
that fucker.
Oh god.
God, like who sits
Ugh.
home all night long before work where you have to go drive for like let's say at least 8 hours. You got to go drive. Like who
Mhm.
sits there instead of like hugged up with your wife, listening to a bunch of women talk about someone that you're going to go on to defend because something weird's going on. You
Can you
fucking
see
weird
that
fuck.
Can you see the highlighted
I'll take it
comments?
as a compliment. So yes,
It's
thanks
not.
for the pride. I'll take it, asshole.
It's not even. You want to put money on it that it's all gets under his account? I so proud of you.
Oh, that's true. That's true. She'll give it away every time, that idiot. She really
She
fucking will.
does. Yeah.
Every fucking rip. Okay, we'll laugh in a minute if Huggets decides to talk more shit. Curls, did you have anything to add? I
The
mean,
only
you
thing I
really
was
said
gonna
your piece. I think you did a really good job, like saying the shit you said for real, for real.
thanks. The only thing I was gonna add when Terry was saying that Shelley backed away from the chat a little bit, I just assumed it
Mhm.
was because she was busy with her grandma. Like
But
all of that
grandma's
stuff was
only been there for a couple weeks.
right, but I knew she was also seeing her, and so I just assumed she was busy with that and didn't like I did notice obviously that she wasn't as active, but you look back now, it's like distancing herself. And the thing is, if she wanted to leave the group chat, if she wanted to go and be friends with whoever, like, okay. But I don't know. Like, it just, the whole thing went down in such a bad way and in such an unnecessary way. And I'm still like spinning my brain trying to find the logic to it. And that's where it becomes a struggle of the conspiracy. And like, I'm trying not to like go down dark paths. You know what I mean? Trying to bring something that might not be there, but it's hard not to when this just seemed to come out of left field. And I don't
Yeah.
Absolutely.
understand the reasoning.
Like, I would get it if we were doing gross things in that group chat, but we weren't. There was no
No.
nastiness in that group chat. It was literally supportive. If our kids did something, we had a stage to share it on that wasn't YouTube, where it could be picked up by people who we didn't want to have it and shared. That's it. That's it. Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
dude,
other
I
than
would never
to
be able.
complain.
Right. I would never be able to expose a single one of my friends doing anything because like they don't do the stuff. Like
Yeah.
what? What?
Oh, we called someone a dickhead. Sorry. I mean, I'm not sorry. You know
Right.
what I
Sorry,
mean?
not sorry.
Yeah, like what that's the worst that went on in there was calling someone a dickhead or, fart breath, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever words we went with today. But that was it. And it's like and Shelley did a lot of that complaining. And I just don't understand where this white knight aesthetic that's going on over there has come from. I don't understand it. Like why is Shelley so valuable? It's very
Well,
interesting.
here's the thing. You just said it. You just said it. Why is Shelley so valuable? Shelley's valuable because she was in group chats, because she was part of our community for all this time.
But it's
You
so
guys, I've
clear.
been all of your friends for as long as I've known all of you, all of you fuckers. I wouldn't be able to expose a single one of you for anything that's worth exposing on YouTube.
And it's like
She's valuable for nothing. He thinks he has a gold mine and he has the fucking gasoline in the backyard.
Well, and
it's
the fact that
no,
he's
it's
like
like
going to
he's
take people to court. Okay, first of all, how are you going to afford that? Okay, not happening. Secondly, it's not illegal to have conversations. It's not illegal to talk to a reporter. I didn't talk to the reporter, but I'm just saying it's not
Fact,
illegal, and the article never got written. And it's not illegal. It's not filing a false police report to contact Crime Stoppers when this
fact.
man not only has publicly, we have seen it publicly, be threatening language, whatever, towards women, multiple women. Then we've seen what's happened in his private life that they have brought public. Hello.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
this isn't like a super nice
He,
person by any means. For
and
Pete's
he
sake.
forgets that when he was going through that, back in, what was it, September, October, they split up around October.
I think
He
so.
Yes,
forgets that he he ran his mouth. We now know how Getz shits the bed. They don't have money for anything. They don't own anything. They're in a rented place, and I believe they've had to move since then.
No, they haven't moved.
Oh, because I thought Getz had said,
I think they're trying to say they've moved, but no, they haven't moved. They're just saying that they moved.
I agree with you, Tira,
oh,
because I think I don't know
Oh,
exactly
I
what it
know,
is,
no.
but they're waiting for some type of paperwork. And so I think they're saying they move so that this paperwork doesn't arrive or whatever.
Exactly.
That's
Or,
what I think.
right, people will stop getting the ROs because they're like, fuck, now we don't have his address. Yeah, they're totally playing
Yeah.
it up. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the part that
but
bugs me
see,
the most is it feels like Shelley played in our face. Like she was right in our face saying, "Oh yeah, we're friends." And like even up until I would say a week ago when I sent her the messages about her grandmother and I was just like, it's just the internet. It's not that serious. Like take a breath, take a beat, all these things, right? Like very supportive messages. I like that was a week ago, and it's like we're here now, and it just doesn't make sense how we got here so fast and why we got here. And on top of that, I understand he's utilizing her and using her for info, and it's being pumped out of her because the videos he's making make no fucking sense. None. Like he's talking about me cheating on my husband when I left my husband. He's talking about bullshit with my kid. He's talking about BTU this. But, it's bullshit. The
You
videos are
guys,
disgusting.
I
Shelley
mean,
Shelley was the weakest link, though. That's
Yes,
why they picked up on Shelley.
I
but
could
dude, if
totally
you
see that.
can worship that man because he vindicated your fucking husband after what he said about you and all the things, that is
Right.
that is not okay. That's not healthy. That's bad behavior. That's
That's
not
some
good,
Tira, that's some cuck ass behavior. That is what that is. Like you are a cuck for your
girl.
husband at this point.
And the
If
thing
that's
is,
what this is all over.
we've seen this pattern before with Roadhog where he's done stuff like this, where all of a sudden he welcomes someone into his flock, and
He did it
then
with
there's the
Coley.
falling out. And, like we've seen that cycle happen too. So I don't trust that man
And
No.
I,
he's
ever.
And it's gonna really suck for him because number one, I Shelley would have to run from the internet if she actually publicly participated. Let's be for serious. She can't stay here. No one's gonna watch her. No one's gonna fuck with her if she publicly fucks with them people. And they've made her so valuable, and she's a fucking pebble. She ain't got shit on nobody.
No,
So
she
here's my
doesn't. She has
question,
nothing
because my
private.
brother-in-law is frying chicken and listening to baseball, I think. So I have a question because
Mhm.
I can't believe nothing that the pigs say. As far as what we've seen and the things that you've seen with your eyes, I need conspiracies from each and every one of you about what we think the pigs actually have on Kirsty that she would have shared with Shelley and all the things. I need conspiracies, each and every one of you. Let's do this.
Mm.
Well, I
I
can
need a
give you
moment.
like some facts of what she shared
We
with me.
love those even better, bitch.
She messaged me. Now, she didn't tell me what, but she told me that she had DM'd Shay messages between her and Kirst and that she'd given her a little bit more information. And then she twisted it with something of, Tyriline, do you remember, like, because she was trying to show that B and Stina weren't a part of it, like, because it was just
yeah,
private messages between her and Kirst, but she brought B and Stina into, like,
yeah.
somehow
She
using that
wanted
as
to.
an excuse,
Yeah, she
in my
wanted to
opinion.
prove that the What she said was she wanted to prove that the DMs did not come from B or Stina. I don't know why she picked those two out of the entire group.
Does he have like some like huge hate boner for them? I didn't think he like hated B that badly or Stina. I kind of felt like we were kind of all equal. So it's kind of
We don't
weird
know
to pick
why
those two out.
those names were mentioned. I don't know. I'm just going based off of what she said. So I don't know how many messages she shared. She said she didn't share like the whole thread or anything. She said she didn't share anything in the group chat. But why she's coming after Kirsty, I don't know. That's the other thing. Like, why now? And her excuse of
Why?
like, well, I wasn't going to wait 7 months for something to come out. I don't know if she thought that because when Steph was going to do her live, if Shelley was worried that somehow Kirsty had given information to Steph and Steph was going to talk about that, but that's not even what Steph's live was going to be about. So I don't understand the link here. If I'm trying to draw a map, like I can't connect the
Mhm.
dots. So
Who
Shelley
I
is
she
don't know
used?
why.
When you can't connect them, it's because there's a gap and there's something we're not seeing. Okay.
Yes,
As a
I agree.
conspiracy theorist, right? Like we know, like
Yep,
there's something we are totally, totally missing.
I
Uh,
agree.
yeah, there
I
there is
think
something
she
we're missing for
used
sure.
the opportunity of Melissa doing what she did.
Yeah.
She used that opportunity to get away from us.
Oh, that's right. Because
That's
I keep forgetting that she's trying to get away from you, right? Like I keep forgetting that is how you feel.
well
Okay,
Well, I
because
think
okay,
she's been talking
okay,
to Shay longer than we all thought. I
yeah,
think
okay.
that, and for whatever reason, I don't know why cursed, but that's the intel they she gave, and my gut tells me that there is a reason that Shelley's hiding something,
yeah,
and she thinks she's getting ahead of something, or she's going to use Kirsty as the fall guy for something. If like something comes out, like yeah, I did do that, but Kirsty made me do it because that's the narrative she's already spun, you know.
yeah,
So I don't know, and I could be
I think
completely
you're
way
onto
off, but
something.
that
No, I
that's what
think
I
you're
feel.
on. No, I think you're onto something.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think you are too. And also, Brooke just said something that makes a lot of sense. She said, well, Shelley has said that she wasn't going to have Steph dropping hints.
Yeah.
But I
So,
don't even think Kirsty and stuff talk like that. So
They
no, I
let's
don't,
don't
be
but
either.
honest.
she
If
said
Kirst
they
wanted to
don't.
do something, she would just do it. She's not
Yeah,
having a middleman. We all know
Kirsty,
Kirst. Like she's gonna say
Kirsty
it. She's
has,
gonna.
yeah, she has the reach and the balls. She's got both. But in this situation, if you are a bigger channel and you speak on Shelley, unfortunately, all you're doing is directing more traffic to her channel. Same with the
Mm,
other
good
irrelevant
point.
people that we don't want to bring up. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, I got like 80 subscribers or whatever you've got. I don't know. But it's like you don't want to give them any more because like you want them to buzz off. And it's like I think that Shelley is seeing a spike in her viewership right now because of this drama, but
Well,
when
she
this
even
dies
said that.
down, yeah,
She said
she
that in a
did.
video. She's like, I cannot believe how many views I've gotten off of like just
No, didn't
crazy YouTube drama. Like,
You
and
know,
I
I
no,
swear
have.
she
didn't
had
she?
Duper's delight. She had that smile that was like Duper's delight, in my opinion. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if anyone's a true crime
Yes.
here, like,
Well,
hello,
and I
Mandy.
also want to say I think it's extremely tacky to tell anybody online how much money you made on a video.
I was
I do
just gonna
too.
say
Um,
that, Kira.
I'm
What
just
she did
saying,
was
right? Like as a
specifically.
creator, I would love to be like, oh yeah, I made $1,000 on Jessica Kent last night, bitch, in my motherfucking sleep. But I'm not
Yeah.
doing that. And it
Right.
has
Yeah, it's
been all
tacky.
about money. It is like
That's
Yes.
what I was.
she is monetized and on it.
Guys,
She
I
thinks
need a
she's like
minute.
off to the races. It's crazy to me.
There is something with money that is very shaky there because let's just talk about
Mm.
the cosmetic surgery she had because I have insurance and I'm getting my teeth done and there's a lot of like work they have to do in my mouth because I was in an accident and like my teeth broke up into my jaw. So it's kind of like they have to shave part of my jaw. It's really serious and I don't want to do it. But when I went to the dentist, I was asking like what the difference was between like regular, dentures or whatever and like implants, right? And he was like, well, these, you have to use creams or whatever to keep them in. And he's like, but the difference is about 40 grand. And he's like, you can get these for about 10 and your insurance will cover that and all the surgery you have to get that. But the implants were like, I want to say for all of my work, if I had gotten the implants, it would have been $68,000. And when I talked to Shelley, she told me that altogether her shit was 52 grand. Her mother took
Yeah,
out
it
a
was
loan.
expensive. Yeah.
Her mom took out a loan, and I want to say Mike, did he take out a loan or
Yeah.
just gave her some money or
Oh
something?
my God.
And I didn't know this until recently, but I heard earlier that she was living in the one bedroom apartment with the four kids when that happened. How could you spend $52,000 on your teeth? I know how embarrassing it is. I understand. I totally get that. It is embarrassing to me. I understand. But how can you spend that much on one thing
Whoa.
for yourself when you have four babies
Whoa.
sleeping on what? The floor and pallets or the couch? I mean, where could they have been
Okay,
sleeping?
okay. Yeah, yeah, no, no, no. Let's rewind, right? Let's get off that one. But, right, holy shit. And what a good point. Because, see, I don't think of that because I obviously am not fixing my teeth. So I don't know the prices of anything. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear mom took out a loan, I'm thinking 10 grand for some fucking implants. I don't know. 52,000. I wouldn't even spend that on my mouth. Who would even do that? Oh my God. Hold on. I'm real flabbergasted and I'm being judgy, but like for real, I don't eat. Who cares that much about their mouth for someone to take out a loan that you got to pay off for who knows how many No, ma'am.
And I
Give me
don't
them
even think,
dentures that my insurance is covering. That's crazy to me.
and I don't even think that since they moved, I don't even think they're paying the mom. Do you know that, Curls?
What do you mean?
Like, I don't think they can afford to pay the mom their share now of the teeth, right?
See, I got the impression that her mom's paying something each month and that then her and Mike pay something each month, but I could be wrong on that.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. I'm not positive on that, but that's what I thought. Like, or maybe her mom paid for it and her husband's trying to pay her back. I don't remember. I just know it was
Yeah.
really expensive. So don't quote me on
Oh,
that.
wait. Mad Nutter, the fake Mad Nutter. In the coming weeks, I will be releasing all group chat photos to set the record straight. I urge everyone to respect my friend Steph's privacy and leave her
Get the
alone.
fuck out of here, Mad Nutter. Whatever. Are they trying to make
Mad,
it seem like they're Melissa? Piss off.
Mad Nutter Steph can get fucked anyways.
And I've done nothing
Oh,
to Steph's privacy or I gave my
I, I,
a
I,
critique. I gave a critique on her. That's it. I have no hate. I have nothing anti. That's like, shut up. Shut up, Mad
Please,
Nutter.
please,
Whoever the
please
fake Mad
read.
Nutter.
Please read that again, please, because I promise you, I did not hear that, and I need you to read that again, please.
it says in the coming weeks, I will be releasing all group chat photos to set the record straight. I urge everyone to respect my friend Steph's privacy and leave her alone.
It just gets
Did you
more
see?
nuts every moment, like literally every few minutes. Oh wait, somebody's saying that's not Mad Nutter. That is the
No,
Roadhog account.
no. Yeah, it's not
Okay,
the
Yeah.
okay. I
it's
thought
not
it
the
was the
real
real
Mad
Mad Nutter
Nutter.
for a minute.
No,
I
it's
was
the
like,
fake Mad
Yeah.
man,
Nutter account. Yeah.
that's like, damn.
Yeah. Did
You
you
guys want to
forget?
hear something funny as fuck? I'm only sharing this, dude, not to be ratchet because it's not the time for my motherfucking alleged conspiracies, okay? It's not. Remember, I talked about it in a video. I'm only saying this because of what was just said. I swear to you that I recorded a video, and my conspiracy is that it's Melissa.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't think so. I
Mm,
don't. I
You
cannot
that
see
guys, I
that's
don't
Melissa.
know her. I don't know her. You know, I
mm,
don't like her.
But
Okay, all
not
them
some of the
things,
lies
right?
that come out of this fake Mad Nutter. No way. I don't
I
believe
think
that. I just
I'm
Melissa,
don't.
I
disappointed
think
in her.
Melissa would be that mad. I really do. I disagree with you, Curls, and I don't think
Hmm.
I have to know her the way you do. I'm going to disagree with that. Yeah, even though I know you know her and I don't. I think
No,
she would
I just
be that mad.
I would be really shocked
no, I
if that were
don't.
her.
I don't.
I'm disappointed in her, but other than that, like I still I don't have a poor opinion of her, if that makes sense. She was decent to me. She's never really been bad to me, and I can't see her talking about B or me and our kids. And that's what
And Stina,
the
no, I
yeah, like
can't.
they're talking
And
about
Chris is
Stina's
saying in comments
illness.
it's not her. And I just believe that. I do not.
Yeah,
This
I
is
don't believe
whoever's
it's
doing
her.
this, they want us to do this. They want us to turn on each other and it's just not
Yeah,
gonna
they
happen.
want us to
So
eat each
piss
other
off.
alive.
Yeah.
They would live for it. And it's like that
Well, they're
part.
fucked because we're the only community who hasn't eaten each other alive. Everyone's imploded but us. They're fucked.
I mean, and it's like we finally, yeah, that's what it is. It is the most frustrating part. It was like we finally all started getting along, and then it's like one fucking person was like, "Oh, I just want to start some shit, so let's light this fire." Like, what the fuck? That's not okay. Don't you
And
can't
we're
just do
not going to
that.
pretend like that person isn't Steph. She stirred the pot, threw Melissa under the bus, started all this shit all up over again, gave this fucking rat, dude, we were amongst a rat. Like, Shelley is a rat.
Yes, Shelley
Okay,
is a
like a
rat.
rat. I have never called nobody a fucking rat on YouTube. She is a goddamn rat. But like, we had a whole ass rat ready for a bitch to fuck up. And Steph thought she was just gonna start some drama so she could do some live streams because Coley left.
yep.
I mean, it's all
But
just it's all just disgusting.
Melissa handed Steph the torch. Steph
And I
lit
mean,
it
Okay,
and
so
threw it to
this is
Abby.
interesting. The fake Mad Nutter, Roadhog, whoever we want to call it, left a comment under B's video saying, leave my friend Popcorn alone. And now this Mad Nutter saying,
oh
leave my friend
god.
Steph alone. So,
It's like,
go
is this
fuck
a
yourself.
satirical account? It's literally telling like the most flagrant lies.
Oh,
Like these are
yeah,
not true in any way. It's
I
like
know.
like the stuff with me. Like I've been separated, and it's like it's almost like maybe it is like info they are getting out of Shelley because it's almost like someone who tangent I can't say the word who knew us but not well. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Who
Yeah,
okay,
but
just
hold
if
on,
we,
hold on, hold on, hold the fucking motherfucking phone. Okay, truth. Okay,
Mhm.
cannot watch BTU. Anybody else who's on there that wasn't me and wasn't Chicago, I have not clicked. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're telling me, Mandy,
Mhm.
that there is some truth to your video because I know there
No,
wasn't
no,
any
no,
truth
ma'am.
to
No, 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 no.
mine.
There was no truth in mine. I'm a
Okay.
child abuse. I haven't watched them, but I was relayed
Oh,
what they
okay.
said by
Right.
Chicago, and I trust her. And it
Sure.
was that
Sure.
I'm a child abuser and that I was cheating on my husband, which is like those things. I can't cheat on a husband I'm separated from. You know what I mean? Like I can't.
Right,
And
but
I'm
hold
and
on though. Why would but see here's the thing. I mean, could they just be saying like you're cheating on your husband to just be saying you're cheating? Or do they know you're a separated person? Are you dating some like no, don't
Shelley,
be telling me your business. Don't do that. But no, I don't like the way it sounds.
okay, here, this is what I think. I think that they are hoping to like have us put out like proof or whatever so they get more information. And don't forget,
that could be
this
it.
is a side that will take all of the time in the world to go and check floor plans and whatever. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? So
Fact.
they know all the history of all of us players here. So I
Fact.
do, I, like, because if they really had information from, let's say, Shelley, there would be some factual information. There is none. So they are, I
Fact.
agree, Stina, they are fishing for
Yeah.
information. Middle finger in the air for y'all because you're not getting it.
Yeah, I
So
believe
That
even
makes
what you're
me
getting
Shelley
is
knew
feel
what
that I
we're
was
so
talking
much
about right
separated.
better.
now.
Like,
Whew, I breathe.
Sorry, I just had to say it. That makes me feel so much better, Curls. I'm glad you popped in there, bitch, because like my heart was racing. I was feeling anxiety. Like,
remember
no, hold
for like
on.
February, March? Hmm.
And the thing is that I don't even know if Shelley would really have any quote unquote intel on Mandy because Mandy was
I
so
didn't talk
busy
to
at the
her.
time. Right. She wasn't really in. So, like, there's nothing there. You know what I mean? So, if they have any information, it's from all of us already talking or other people talking or like things that went down with Sarah Jean and Coley, all of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
So,
it's like
yeah.
everything, like, and the thing is, she didn't piss me off by saying anything about me. She pissed me off by coming about to I know the demons coming out, girls. That's why I can't talk. But she's coming for people that I truly fucking respect and care about, and would literally.
Did she just cut
Um,
out or did I cut out?
I think she did. Um,
Okay. Can't hear you, Mandy.
Wait, oh
Sorry.
wait, sorry. I know what
Okay.
happened. I have to keep my finger on the screen or it'll dim and cut me off. But anyway, what I was saying is when I saw B's video last night, the first thing that I sent her was, I am so sorry someone is doing this to you. You tell me what to do, I will ride at dawn. Because I will for B. I would do the same for Chicago, and I'm dead ass. I would do the same for Chicago. I would do the same for Curls because those three women have been through it with me. When I went through all the holy shit, there they were. You know what I mean? When Coley was doxing me, front, left, and center on Roadhog's channel, on her channel, they were there for me. And I actually have grace for uh Coley. Like in those things. I feel like Coley is a lot better now. I feel like she went and got some things taken care of in the 45 days that she wasn't on the internet. And I think
Okay,
it was
but
the best
listen,
thing for her.
Mandy. No, I have to disagree with you, and I didn't want to. I
God,
was
have you
so
seen bad
excited.
things?
Well, listen, because I was so excited. She came
Mm-hmm.
and like left a comment, right? And I'm like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I hope you're good. I heard you've been gone, da da da, right? She shares my video and she leaves a little cute note about like how good I did on it, right? And I'm like, oh, that's
Mm-hmm.
sweet. We love a new Coley. And then I hear that like the night before she's ranting about me and stuff. And I'm just like, Coley. Well, she did tag me in a short yesterday and I didn't even go look at it. So I don't know if she's talking crazy or what the fuck she's doing. I don't want to give her no attention because I'm going to make fun of her. I'm in a really bad mood.
Yeah.
no,
Like, and
I don't think it was a bad. I think it
Oh,
actually
okay.
made me laugh.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
got her
And you know what? I
laughing.
can do laughing because I don't hate that girl. And she has said some really bad things about me, guys. Really bad fucking things. And that's not shit
yeah,
not funny.
she said
But
bad.
like I
She
don't
said that
Oh,
I
hate
I
tried
hope
her.
you're
to.
feeling better.
She tried to say that I contacted her child when her child reached out to me. And I literally said, Coley, you need to get a handle on this because the first thing I thought is if someone who hated you was the person that that kid had reached out to, this would have ended way differently. It wouldn't have been, hey,
No,
your
and
kid
you're
doesn't
not
need to.
wrong. That's very
Yeah,
serious. You're not
and
wrong
it's
about
like
that.
she
But
doxed me.
can we look past that if that is or pre, when like she was being Coley Cole, right? Like maybe
Yeah,
now she can be Coley because I would love nothing more than to not make fun of her for the rest of my life. It's too fucking easy. It is
Mhm.
content that I could do if I can't think of shit, I will go look at something of hers and I will have a video. Period. She's my
Yeah.
radiant Brit of 2024, 2025. Well, not really 2025, but 2024 for sure. So it's like I would love that. I would love for her to just be normal, say normal, do normal shit, and not talk to kids on the internet and all of those things.
Exactly.
And
I
not be
feel
racist and
yeah.
lie about it. And you know what I'm saying? Like, dude,
If
I will
Coley
look
didn't
past all
lie,
that if
she could
she
come
shuts the
back.
fuck up.
Like if Coley did not lie and stood in her truth and stood 10 toes
Yeah.
down and was like, I doxed Mandy. I did this. I did that. I talked to
Yeah,
minors. If she
very
just owned
true.
it,
That's
one
so
video,
important. Yes,
everybody would say
yes,
water
yes.
under the bridge. And it's like, that's the thing with me and you, Tira. You said some shit about me in a video. But what did you do? You did a public video. And the next fucking day, you publicly got on YouTube and you said, Mandy, I am sorry I hurt your heart. And
And
that
and
takes
them are
fucking
facts.
balls. It
And
takes
well,
balls
and them
too.
are facts. Well, them are facts. And you know what? I also know the headspace that I was in.
Yeah.
And like to look back on that, I'm glad that I can say, like, what the fuck was I thinking? Because obviously someone brought it up recently. Like, I don't
Mm,
remember what the fuck I said. Like, let's be for real. I
yeah.
don't remember what I did 5 minutes ago. So
I
it's
didn't
like,
even
I don't
remember nor
remember.
care. Like it was
I
water under the
clicked on it.
bridge.
Well, I clicked on it and I'm thinking,
Hmm.
Tara, why did you even think that was okay to talk about somebody like that? That is not okay. It's just
Well, to
not.
be fair to you,
I'm
I
going to mute
truly
for a
believe
second, guys. I'm not dropping down. We're just muting, okay?
Okay.
okay,
Mhm.
curls. But the one thing I do believe that where you kind of got your information was Olivia, and I believe and I know she was twisting things because I saw the
Yes,
DMs to Marissa,
yes,
and she was twisting things. She was
yes,
not
yes.
telling the truth about what was going on
Right,
with my daughter, and my
right.
daughter had some serious like illnesses, and she's still dealing with them. And it's like I at the time thought that Olivia was a special needs mom, so I was like, she should know resources or maybe like what I can do here. You know what I mean? So I was talking to her as a friend, hoping to get advice. And I talked to curls that way. The 7 people that was mentioned to, it wasn't like, oh, my life's in the shitter and my kid does, you know what I mean? It wasn't like that. It was like, yeah, my life is in the shitter and I'm about to get separated. But listen, this is stuff that's going on with my kid. I'm really worried. I don't know what to do about it. Can you help me? That kind of thing. Like, and Curls got resources for me, sent me links, did all the things. And it's like, I don't know. It just sucks. It takes so much less energy to be a person like Curls than it does to be someone like Shelley or Shady people who want to run around and tell these stupid, weird tales that like turn into these huge lies that are spread over the internet. Like it's stupid, and it's like I don't know how you can get satisfaction out of that unless your life really, really sucks. And if that's the case, I feel sorry for you because my life's great. I am very happy, my daughter is doing very well and everything is good in my life.
I
So
love
why
that
would
for
I sit here
you.
and yeah, like why would I sit here and be sad because somebody made a video? It's like womp womp, it's the internet. And it took a long time for me to be able to get to that place. Like
It takes us all a long time, Mandy. Okay,
yeah,
don't
like
get it
it's just
twisted.
not a normal thing. You get out of high school, you don't have that kind of thing going on. And then online, especially on YouTube, it's kind of like a fucking high school. It's like there are people in cliques and there are people whispering behind your back, and it's just weird. And it takes you a while to just get used to people lie about you. And that's not
To
the
this
truth. And you
day,
know what
though,
the truth
Mandy,
is, and it is.
right? And that's it, and that's so true. But like to this day, I still have the hardest time with people trying to bully me. You want to talk your
Yeah.
shit on your video, dude? Tag me, tag away, right? Like I ain't fucking clicking it. I don't care. All the things.
Hmm.
Don't three of you think you're coming at me and I'm gonna stay shut? Like
Yeah. No, I
I
agree with you.
can't. Like that is one thing that I don't even know that I want to work on. Because like I
No.
said earlier about the whole dog piling thing, I don't do that. If
Yeah.
everyone's talking about Radiant Brits Foundation, I don't need to add to that. Okay? Like that's a fact. So like that's the thing. Having a conversation about something that is now Dramageddon 2025. Just
Hmm.
last week, it was called Group Chat Gate. I know I'm
Mm-hmm.
naming them, but like just last week it was something else. It's
Yeah.
fucking Dramageddon, bitch.
And it's like the thing that Shelley has done is completely minimize what Melissa did. And we were all hurt by Melissa. But what Shelley has done has made it so much worse that Melissa's pales in comparison. It's almost like it doesn't matter because Shelley has done something so much worse and started so much more shit. And
And
it's like
I
I'm
hate
not.
that. You
Yeah.
guys know how much I hate that and why. Like, I don't need to go into it. I hate
Hmm.
that. And I feel like that's why I'm finding myself.
Night
I
shy.
realized I'm going above and beyond to remind everybody how this started. And I don't need to do that. Right? Like that it is what it is. The deflection has happened and Dramageddon has started. Fuck a
Yeah.
Melissa and stuff. Like I get that, but I don't like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, does anybody know who Maurice is out of curiosity in the comments?
No, but they seem nice.
No, y- but they were in here the one time
I think
when
they
I
were
was
in.
playing Would You Rather.
Yeah, I
Okay,
was gonna
I
say
see.
the
I
name
think
looks
it's a random
familiar.
person now.
Yeah.
Or wait, no. See, they had said something about Jackie was the one that found Tira through a thermostat. And then the second thing they said was, will we play Would You Rather? And then after we said that what Shelley had done was so much worse and this is Dramageddon, they said that's awesome. I look forward to it. It's fun. And they said they're a newer sub just now.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna go too far in the conspiracy on who it might be. Right now, they're being decent. They don't seem problematic, and I feel like my conspiracy brain is beyond applesauce. It's like liquefied. My brain is like oozing out brain cells.
It's because we went into demon mode earlier. You're not used to
But
demon mode
oh
yet.
yeah, Steen is like they're talking about the game. Would you rather? Because yeah, that's what Terry did that on previous streams, playing the game. Would you rather?
Yeah.
I think that's
And
what
they
this
were,
Morius is talking about.
yeah, I'm not sure if it's a he or a she, but
You're
they
right.
joined.
Okay, I
And
have a would you rather for all three of you. Would
Oh
can
God.
we Okay. Would you rather some things get leaked, but it's not anything pertaining to you. You are not directly named. It's something that is a drama that has existed for years. Or would you rather someone just go out willy-nilly and start just airing everybody's business out to someone who has literally been after you for years? Because
Um.
that's the situation we're in. That's really like at this point, Melissa's the lesser of two evils. I can't be that mad at her with what's going on with Shelley. I hate that, but I can't. Like I'm
See,
disappointed.
but
I
I
never
hate
thought she'd
that.
do that.
I
because
know,
I
but I
think
hate that.
they're two separate situations.
Yeah. And
Yeah, yeah.
unfortunately, because Shelley putting her stuff out, we've all gotten sucked into like
Exactly.
all of this and targets it now back this way. And not that I want it to be on Melissa, that's not the reason I did the video to begin with. It was to add some context, it was to make some clarifications. And I was also like just defending Anne too. Like I get people
Hmm.
don't like, there's some people that don't like Anne. I understand that they have their opinions on that. I don't have the same opinion on that. And I don't know. I'm not saying it wasn't hurtful what Abby heard. I'm sure it was when you're hearing things about yourself, right? But
Yes. Yeah.
it wasn't intentional to like, and that's the other thing. This was a private conversation. You talk with your friends. You know damn well Abby's talked to her friends about Anne, right? So how would they
Yeah.
like
And
it
it's
if
like it
that was
wasn't
shared?
fair to be shared. It really wasn't.
Right.
I don't know. It sucks because it's like I feel like the situations are it's like this one's so much heavier, unfortunately. It's so much more loaded. It's like Melissa didn't go and, start colluding with Roadhog since that's one of his favorite words now.
Right.
Collusion. I mean,
Right, but is it fair? And I wouldn't even sound right saying it. So this is why I'm going to say it like this. Is it fair for me to say I have been through worse things than all of you when all of you have had some really bad things happen. Right? Like we're not talking about like the docs of your full government name, okay?
Mhm.
Like we're not talking about those things.
Yeah.
It doesn't even sound right. And
Mhm.
it's crazy, but you're not wrong. That is what's happening. That is how people think.
Mhm.
And that is a lot of people's point of fucking view right now. Melissa who?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
And it's like with you, Tira, I watched you go through this. Like, I've always been a silent supporter of yours. Even when you didn't like me, I always watched your videos. I think you're funny as fuck. So it's very entertaining to me.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I learned from you that you just gotta fucking ignore it or laugh at it. Like those are your two options. You cannot take the shit that they say seriously. If you do, it's gonna break your heart. And it's like, that's why I know why Shelley is like spinning out of control because she's not used to criticism. She's not used to this. But I can at least say this for myself. The very first drama I was ever in, I got up on Wildflower's panel and I sat there for 2 hours while everybody asked me any question that they wanted, no holds
I
barred.
remember that. I
Yeah,
remember that.
and
Yeah.
I was and what was supposed to happen in that live was Holy was supposed to be there and Sarah Jean was supposed to be there too. And both of them didn't show, but for like 10 minutes at the very end. So I
Now I
sat there just getting
remember.
shredded. Yeah, I just
Yeah.
sat there getting shredded. And it's like, but I stood there and everything that I was asked, I took fucking accountability for, apologized, and promised to move differently in the future. And it's, I don't know, 3 years later, and I believe that I have proven I move differently, that I'm not shady.
But I think it's almost fair, as much as I hate the idea of like hazing or, gang initiation
Girl,
or,
I get you.
anything
No.
like that.
Yeah, no, I get
Um,
you.
at least we're not mean girls, right? Like we weren't mean
Yeah.
to you. I know I have been mean to you, but like as a whole, right? Like no one was
No, yeah.
mean to you and like things like that. So,
No,
but
it
like
wasn't
I
like,
think it's almost fair because now you're here and now you have been part of the core group for so long and you're seeing how we all just got kicked in the fucking face.
yeah,
So like
yeah.
that's why, and because you guys all said it, like Shelley was just kind of let in the group chat,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of
And I,
people have to work for that spot, and there's
yeah,
a
and
reason for that, and it bit us in the butt. My circle's staying right where it's at, bitches.
Yeah.
no, I agree with you. And I believe that, like, I was, when you were saying that, we were on the same train of thought because I believe that that is the way it should be. I think that you kind of should earn your spot. It's like if this was a high school lunch table and we were the mean girls, popular girl, whatever you want, whatever analogy you want to use there, you would have to earn your spot. Like you wouldn't just go sit down with a bunch of girls you don't know and expect that they're not going to be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I guess maybe we should say prison because we're older now. So if
Right.
we were in Gen Pop having lunch, you're just not going to come over and just get a spot at the table just because you're going to have to earn that shit.
You ain't wrong, bitch. And
We're going to have to run the fade on you.
let me tell you, I'm 14 years old. I want to join this gang. And guess what? I got to be on probation. That's what they called it, probation, for an entire year, AKA being a
Damn.
gang member, but nobody has to shake your hand.
Oh
Nobody has
fuck.
to even fucking talk to you. Nobody has to fucking love on you. No, dude, I had some of the boys didn't talk to me for that whole fucking year I was on. Really just didn't even talk to me. Okay? And
Yeah.
like no, like I know what that's like to have to earn that spot.
Yeah,
Because
and
when
it's
it's
so
over, it's
much
like,
sweeter
God
when
damn
you
it, you
do.
better come shake my motherfucking hand, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like I've been
Yeah.
doing this shit for a year. So I
Mhm.
do believe in that. And like I said, I don't not hazing or anything like that for real, for real. But like, no, I feel like we should get to
Prove
know you
yourself
and you
kind of
shouldn't
thing.
make it into a group chat until like a lot of motherfuckers know you and we're all like, yeah, bring Mandy into the group chat.
Yeah. And it's like, and I actually believe in that. I believe in earning your spot because I will say, as someone who earned a spot, it's so much sweeter because I did. You know what I mean? People know who the
That
fuck I
part.
am now. They watched me. They
Very
had
that.
a year to study me. You had a couple years because we didn't get close until like the last 8 months ish. And I earned that. And to me, that's special. It is. And people could say I'm gushing, or whatever, but I'm not really. I
Oh,
like
thank
my
you.
friends. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I
yeah,
like you guys. And it's like, especially Chicago, Curls, BTU, like Stina, those women have held me down through the worst time in my life. The absolute worst time. Cursed I too. Melissa, even.
it
They
was
held me
worth
down
that
when my
spot.
life was falling apart. And I
It
will
was worth
never
that
fucking forget
spot.
that.
Yeah, it was worth that spot,
It
girl.
was.
And
It
now it's
was.
like now you're part of the core group. You've proven to everybody, you know what I'm saying, that you're not this way or that way. And maybe you
Mhm.
just like didn't know how to be yourself right away. And that's okay. Nobody does, probably, you know.
Yeah.
And, it is what it is. You're in there. And that's the thing. That's the worst part about that. It's not even the worst because it's almost the best part. Like
Mhm.
everybody's fucked.
Yeah.
Nothing is going to come of this except for
Yeah.
us gossiping about it for 3 hours and
Yeah,
having fucking great conversation.
exactly. And it's like for me.
Oop.
Oh, she
She
kicked
dropped.
herself.
Yeah.
But really though, like for real, Terry Lynn, like these people are fucked. Like what is
Yeah.
it? Because they're not like nothing's gonna come of this except for us having to figure out what the hell Shelley's on.
Yeah. I don't know. You're back, Mindy? We can't hear you if you are.
Maybe you need to like a minute to reconnect because just so you know, we don't hear you. But I think you're no,
Yeah.
your circle ain't moving. Never mind. But yeah, yeah. What a fucking stream, man. What a stream. Of course the pig had to make his appearance.
Yeah, of
Like
course.
like what is there to react to? Us being some cackling hens talking about our friend doing some shady shit,
Yeah.
and nothing more can come out of this unless it has something to do with Shelley and Kirsty and people that we don't speak to.
Yeah. Uh,
So
Okay,
yeah,
ladies, I'm
like
so sorry about that.
there you go. No problem.
It kicked me
no,
like
you're
3
back.
times and I couldn't get it to connect. Yeah. But yeah, like I don't know, we've earned our spots and I like everyone that I've become friends with. I really do. Marissa, Melissa, I like those women. I when I say they were there for me in the hardest time of my life. And that gives you a special place in my heart. And I'm sure, Terry, you've had a similar experience like when you were dealing with homelessness. The people that were there for you then, I'm sure, like those are your ride or dies. And that's how I feel about you guys. It's just like I'm a ride for you if people are talking about you. It's like I knew that my name wasn't in this, and I knew that if I stayed out of it, it probably wouldn't be. But you're not gonna say shit about B and me sit down and not say nothing. Like it's not fair for Terry to go out there and fight all the battles. I'm not doing that. Like it's just not fair.
There's
That's why I purposely did not say who the creator was. Who, like, when I referenced the group chat,
Hmm.
I said it was created so that we could know when a creator was going live, but I
oh yeah,
No,
purposely
and I
left
knew
your
it was
name
I
out.
didn't
me.
even know this was Mandy's chat. See,
Yeah,
that's what
like
I'm
I knew
saying.
it
Like
was
I
me, but
don't. We don't gossip. Like if we gossip, we do it publicly and like everyone hears us and it is what it
hmm.
is, right?
Yeah, it's like, and that's how I feel. I'm not going to say anything about your back. I won't say to your face. If I don't like
I
you,
would
I will tell you.
never. I can't. I will not put anything on paper, anything in a DM, anything in a text, right? Like in a phone. I will never let my fingers type something that I don't stand on because I always have to think like that.
And it's like any of the people that were referenced in a negative way in that group chat, were people I still don't like. You know what I mean? And it's like
Right.
if
And
I
you can
said
suck it
at
up.
some
You were
point,
called a bitch, right? Or a
yeah,
dickhead. Like you can suck up dickhead,
yeah,
God
you
damn
can
it.
deal with some words. It's not that big a fucking deal. But like, and it's like this too. If at the time when you made that video, I think I did go in the chat and I was really upset. And it's like, I may have called you a name, but we were not cool at that point. You know what I mean? So it's like it to me that doesn't count because we weren't cool. You
You
know?
know, I don't know if you caught this, Mandy, but Piggy tried to like throw in my face that he's seen some DMs or group chat or whatever that like Terry Lynn was talking about me. And
Oh, that's
I told
bullshit.
I well no I told Terry Lynn she knows she did she had said something about me and we had talked
Okay.
about it already and I said Terry Lynn I said dude you could have called my mama a bitch 6 months ago and I said dude as long as we're good today like we're good that's all I care about.
Yeah,
Shit happens, man. I'm a
it
bitch and I
does.
know it.
And it's a group
So,
of women. Women are catty. We have our
Right,
differences.
right,
And it's like,
right.
but
and
it's
you
like
know
at the
what?
end of the day, I really respect the fact that we're all coming together to say this behavior is not going to fly. This is not the way that we
That
act.
part, very that you did good, babe.
Oh, Sammy's entered. Stina,
Oh, hi,
you
Stammy.
summoned them finally. Um, I
Well, Brooke,
completely.
funny enough, you were actually added to the chat when I started it, but I don't think you check your Instagram. Because
Yeah,
everybody was added. That's the funny part. Like, I added Steph, I added Marissa, I added Melissa, I added Abby. All those people were also in that chat in the beginning, but they chose to leave. So it's like that to me, after you choose to leave, you're not really entitled to the information anymore. Had you been there, you would have experienced it firsthand. So if you're that worried about
I
it,
don't think that's
stay.
nice. I just don't think it's nice. I just think Melissa just, it really goes to show because I've always said that Melissa is a step number two. You
It
guys
was
also
very
have to
hurtful.
realize that I watched how they move way more meticulously than
And
you
you've
guys
watched it for a
ever
lot
would.
longer.
Absolutely, right? That part too, right? Like a lot of things like play into that. But like, no, like dude, Melissa, like doing this grimy stuff for Steph could just be nosy or have like something to run and tell Abby because they're not friends and maybe she wants to be her friend again or
None of
whatever her
that part
fucking
makes
weird
sense.
re it doesn't. It
Like, why are
doesn't.
you giving people who aren't your friends information that
Right.
doesn't really fucking affect them at all? Like, it's okay for someone to talk to their friends about someone or something that happened in the past. It's okay. It's not a crime. And like I can understand like you not wanting your friend to be talked about in that manner. I can understand that. But at the same time, it you I don't know. I don't want to diminish either side. I like Abby. I think Abby's cool. We've always been like really cordial. She's very sweet to me, and I don't have anything bad to say about Abby, but I also don't have anything bad to say about Anne. Anne has never treated me dirty, never did me wrong. She's always been very kind to me. Both of those women have always treated me with respect, and I give the same back to them. You know,
I
and with
am
Melissa,
so
this just
glad you said
hurt.
Anne again. I'm so glad
Yeah.
you said Anne again because I have to ask you ladies something.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously I made a short. You may have seen it, and Housewife has been trolling my comments for like a week now. And I seen a comment for some reason when you're a creator, your comments come to me differently and they come through my studio. Okay. They don't
Huh.
show up as a notification when
Uh,
True Crime Blonde comments under my video. Okay. It
it,
comes through my
huh.
studio. So I
That's
see this
weird.
comment from her and it says, "And just threw you under the bus. She said you guys are not best friends. Do you have a statement on that?" I don't know. Something fucking weird and trolly, right? Very fucking
Yeah.
Marissa. And I don't know. Let me go look. Like, I don't know. What the fuck do you say to that? Do I have a fucking statement? No, I don't have a statement. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I gotta go see it for myself, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So, like,
She
no,
and
like, let
she
me hold
tagged
my
you.
statement. And then I
She was
went to
talking
go,
about
yeah,
here. She tagged you because she was talking about Shelley. Shelley for Anne's birthday, deemed Anne to be her best friend. And
You're shitting
Anne
me.
and Anne was in the chat on the last stream and said Lisa is her best friend.
Yeah, Anne's got friends outside of this community. Like, I don't think any
Yeah,
of us are her best friend, and that's okay. Like, I don't
yeah.
think any of us should be bothered by that. I believe Anne is an acquaintance
I
and a
mean,
friend of mine.
Anne and I are friendly, and I'm so good
Yeah,
with that, right? Like the fuck.
yeah. Like, I'm just at a place in life where I want to be good with people. I'm good with everybody in this community, except for except for Shelley. I'm gonna
So yeah,
reserve
like
those
where did
words
she throw
because they're
me
gonna
under
go
the
too far.
bus? And then all of a sudden, I go to the notification part because I should be able to see it there as well, even though it
Mm-hmm.
comes through studio and that's how like I see it. But like
Mm-hmm.
I could still see it like a regular one. All of a sudden it's gone. So I go
Hmm.
to Anne's video and I
Mm-hmm.
get like halfway through, she ain't fucking saying shit about nothing but her daughter. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
what in the fuck are you trying to start now, you fucking troll? Go away.
I just it's so much shit stirring right now, and it's like I said, like I do
Oh,
like
and you know what?
Marissa. I
She
still
knows,
do.
dude, she knows she gets on my last nerve. She knows she does. And
The
that's
one
why she does what she does. And it's like, dude, you're a grown up. Stop it. Stop getting on my nerves.
I know, and the
It's like I
one
feel like she's my child. Stop it. Cut it
like the
out.
one thing that she did to that I felt was super childish was I brought up what you said that it hurt me, and we like talked about it in the comments, and I told you, I've seen so much growth in you and I'm so proud of you, et cetera, right? Then she posted that or put that video public that she had sent to me privately way back when of you saying that stuff. And it's like you only
Well, and
did
I
that
also thought the
because
two of
Kira
you
and I
were
are cool
friends.
now.
Right.
Yeah, we
Well,
are.
no,
Like I don't have anything
it's
against
not
her.
Kira and I are cool now. Like we've been cool. You just happen to make a comment about something I did wrong. Right?
Yeah.
Like it was just about something I had done wrong.
Oh,
And I thought with you being her friend, or at least I thought you guys were friends, that why would she even post that anyway? Like that's just, I said some mean shit.
Yeah, and it's like that hurt me because it was like we are friendly.
That would have hurt me too.
I've never like said anything negative about Marissa. I don't feel anything negative about Marissa. Period. Like I don't feel anything truly negative about Melissa either. Like I'm hurt by what she did. But beyond that, that's really where it ends for me. I don't like I did care for her. She was a very in my opinion good friend to me at the time. I just don't like what she's done. And I can't change her actions, but I'm also not going to crucify her for them, I guess, is the way I'm looking at it. And two, I also feel like they're a bigger fish to fry because we've got Shelley, crashing out. This
Dude,
is like a full on crash out.
as long as those two masks slipped, I mean, hello, I don't got a lot of teeth. That was hard to say. So, like, as long as that
Girl, I ain't got
happened
none.
and that has been motherfucking documented on my motherfucking
Hmm.
channel, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I really fucking care about. Like, I just needed this to happen, and it just happened to take 4 fucking years.
Yeah. No, I definitely feel you. And like, I also feel like, you are getting your vindication in a way with some of this. And I don't feel like anybody should take away from that either. You know what I mean? Like, we can be friendly with these people and Kira can still be vindicated. It's,
I'm
2 plus 2 is still 4. Like,
Right, right, right.
I'm sorry,
And
but
just,
Tina is cracking me up.
oh God, what?
what is Serena saying?
She's she's just I gotta get on panel with her. First
Tell her
she
to
said
come
Come
up.
up here, Stina. Like, dude, we're just talking.
We
I'm
won't
sure
bite.
first
Yeah, and I'm sure Terry Lynn ain't staying on very much longer anyway. She's not a night owl like us. Well,
Yeah.
she's in Pacific time. I almost actually said her state. Yeah, she's Pacific time, so yeah, it's not nearly as late for her.
Yeah.
um Yeah,
I
I
mean,
don't know if it's work. Did she be even done work yet?
let me see what
I don't
she
know.
Oh
said.
yeah, that's right. She does do a lot of YouTubing from work. I forgot about that.
Oh
Okay,
God,
so here's
Where did
my
Sammy
question
go?
going forward. What do we think about the fact, because it's bothering me. Okay, I don't know why, but it is.
Mm.
It's bothering me that she's pretending like this channel is not doing what it's doing. Again, we can't, it's not her fault. We're not saying that, but like you need to acknowledge that, like, no, I don't, this, I know I see this, and like you need to acknowledge motherfuckers because you started a fire. But
Yeah.
like, what is she just gonna like go on and make content and just keep like throwing little subliminals and just like keep
Yes, I
doing
feel like
her?
that is
Like
the plan.
what?
I feel like that is the plan. I feel like she is going to integrate drama into her content because she's seeing right now that people tune in when there's drama. The most two viewed videos that I had were when the Olivia stuff went down and I went live. So drama does get you more views, but they're not lasting views. Some of those people are just coming to see the fucking car
Well,
wreck. And
or
once the paramedics take you away, they're leaving.
Mandy, you know better
Mhm.
than anybody, or you end up like me, and I end up with all of Mindy's community, the anti JKers, and they're fucking gross.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? You cover one
Mhm.
specific topic and you end up with some really fucking gross people, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, you're not my fucking people. What is happening here?"
Exactly, and then your content is only being pushed in the algorithm to those people, not your
Right?
actual content that you
Uh-uh.
put your heart into, like your diary entries or like stuff like that, where it's like we're watching because we
Absolutely.
care about Tira, you know?
I'll be
Right,
back,
right,
ladies.
right, right.
I gotta mute for a minute. I'll be back.
Take your
Okay.
time, Terry. But
Yeah,
yeah,
like my Jessica Kent videos will always do better than my life videos, but that's just the way it's always been. That's the way it'll always be. But
yeah, but
no
you know
matter
your
what, I
tribe
have.
is under those life videos. Like that's your
Oh
people
yeah,
right there.
oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Especially because now I like filming outside, and like today we ran some errands, so I just like filmed
Mhm.
us walking places, and I like putting those in the vlogs, and so it's cool.
Yeah, and I try to tell you all the time. I truly and I know it's contrite and like you don't need me to say this to you, but personally, I'm so fucking proud of you. Since you have gotten to Chicago, you have had so much adversity or adversity, and you have just handled it head on and became a better person day by day by day. And I have seen so much change in you since you got to Chicago, and it's changed my entire view of you. How I saw you before, it's like 2 different people. Like,
Oh my god, I love that.
and it's like, I do feel like when you were in Florida, all the stuff that was going on online, plus your real life, it was too much. It was like a powder keg, and you were just
Yeah,
on edge constantly because you came off in
yeah.
your content like you were angry a lot of times. And
Oh,
I
I
don't
bet.
think you were. I think that you were just like operating, you know how the Hulk says like the way he controls not hulking out is to be angry all the time. I kind
Yeah,
of feel
yeah,
like
yeah.
that was you for a little bit. Like you were just and I've been there. Like last year when I was going through my shit, I was angry all the time. Like I
You
can
know what?
totally admit it.
You know what's crazy is I have a lot of people, and it's such a good feeling. It's like the best compliment ever, telling
Mm.
me that, oh my gosh, this is your old commentary, or oh my gosh, this is the
Yes.
old era, or like here's the drama videos we used to love, and it's like, damn,
Hmm.
did I change even my
You
drama
did.
content? Because obviously I
You
was angry, right? Like angry about
yeah.
everything else, and yeah.
Yeah, and like I've seen so much growth out of you, and I'm impressed. And for me, on the internet, it's hard to impress me because it's the internet. But you have because I truly have seen a different person form over the last 8 or so months. And
Oh
that's
my
why I
God.
say I am
Thank you.
proud to support you in this era of your content
Oh
because
my God. I
everything
love
that you're making is
that.
so
Thank
good.
you. Thank
Well,
you.
it's
That's so
good,
nice
you
of
know?
you.
Like I do like your content. I really think you do a great job. And also,
Because you
girl,
know
I gave
what?
you a great idea for your nail content. I sent you a message yesterday. It's long as
Yeah.
fuck, but you need to read
Yes.
it.
Yes. Yes. Okay. I will definitely check that out for
Okay.
sure.
But yeah.
But you know what I hope, even though I'm not
Hmm.
willing to panel up with people like Popcorn or Bliss or JJ or you know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Like I'm not willing to like panel up and have conversations, at least right now, you know.
Hmm.
Um and I know a lot of people have, you know, personal thoughts with certain people and they're just not going to budge and all those things.
Hmm.
But I do see peace coming from this because, like I
I
said,
do too.
everyone fucks. They don't, there's nothing that's going to come good out of this as far as like juicy and like expose. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
there's
No, I agree
nothing
with you.
coming from this except for this live stream and
Hmm.
whatever else comes out that Shelley did bogus. That's what's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
And
And
we don't know. The dickheads might have to come out. Like we don't know what the fuck is happening. And like you know what I'm saying. It might be all
yeah.
that and then whatever. But like
Oh, I'm
as far
sure.
as
I know that's coming.
anything juicy, like that ain't gonna
Hmm.
happen. And you know I want to be able to make a video about Popcorn being a hypocrite because I happened to click one day and her not thinking that I'm trying to start a war or reopen wounds. No, I'm reacting to your fucking content, dude. That's all I'm trying to
Yeah.
do here.
And I'm the first one to say, I never in my life would have thought that this morning I would have ended up in a popcorn chat ever. First of all, because I
Oh,
don't get
were
up
you
that
in
early.
there? Oh, how
Yeah, I
funny.
was. I was
That's
in
so
there because I
funny.
wanted to hear I will say this. Popcorn, I don't see eye to eye. That's not a friend, but like I can be civil and I am civil with her and I'm tentatively watching to see if her change is legitimate. And I think it might be. But I need to see a little more, but I think it might be. But when she clowns Shelley, dude, the things she says are so fucking funny. Dude, she is funny. Like I gotta give her that. Like she was clowning her and I was rolling on the floor laughing. It was
Well,
so
you
funny.
also have to understand that I have quite the bias because, like, when
Hmm.
you mess with my most favoriteest human on the planet, besides my sister and my children,
Hmm.
right? Like I'm probably never gonna fucking be okay with you, and I'm
No,
just
I
not.
understand.
You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
get
So
that.
like
I
I'm
totally
just
get that.
not.
And
Yeah,
I'm not
but I can totally
kumbaya.
talk to her and say hi to her and
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah, totally.
the way I feel about it is I can be civil, I can be in a chat. I'm not in a DM place with that person yet, and it might not ever be that. But it's like
Right.
I am in a place where I can go in your chat and see what you're saying and say hi. And I like that. I like that I can go into Cindy's chat and say hi, and everyone's nice to me and they don't treat me bad. Same with JJ and Bliss. Like when they were kind of airing their grievances with Coley, I got brought up because of the kid thing, and I went and corrected that in comment sections, and they were actually very kind to me. And I appreciate that. They didn't have to be. They don't know me from Adam. I don't know them. And if you're going to extend me that grace, I'm going to extend it back to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. No. Yeah. Because they could
And
have
I just,
totally treated you like the other side and been weird and
yeah,
shit anyway, right? Like, yeah, totally.
yeah. And they weren't at all. And it's like, that's one
Good.
thing that I respect a lot about those ladies is that they aren't weird. And when I see Cindy in other chats, we always greet each other. It's like it's nice. And that's why I said this sucks so fucking much because it felt like everybody was finally getting along. Every single all of us. Like we were able to get along with people outside the community. And it was like I feel like for so long we've been the sisters of the traveling trauma bond and we're all bonded together because we went through this horrific trauma with this person and we always feel like we can't trust any outsiders, but I felt like I had gotten to the place where I could go to Cindy's and JJ's and Bliss Chris and the popcorns and comment and it'd be okay and nobody was going to get mad at me or call me a flip-flop, you know what I mean? And it was
Right, right,
nice
right.
for once. And it's like,
Oh,
and
and you know
then
what, Mandy? Speaking of that, let me ask you this because
yeah,
the biggest narrative that Shelley's spinning is that our people are so upset about who she's watching. Like, dude,
that's so
has anyone
fucking
ever
stupid.
even said anything to you? Like,
Never.
even is that like what?
No.
Never.
No, nobody has ever told me who I can watch and who I can't. And like one thing, even when I did like when I went to curls, I'll just out this. I went to curls one time, you would hurt my feelings. I want to say it was over the same thing. But I went to curls in the DMs and I was sad and I was crying. And she, patted me on the back
Oh,
and like gave me love. And that's one reason I love her to death. But she gave me
yeah,
love in
no,
that
pearls
moment.
is the best.
But
Yeah,
she never denounced you and she never like it wasn't ever a conversation where it was like tears fucking horrible. You know what I mean? That was
right,
never the narrative. It was like
right.
I love you, everything's good. I know what kind of mother you are. You know, this is bad information probably. It'll go away. Don't worry about it. Like it was a true friend comforting a friend and not also betraying their other friend if that makes sense. Like it wasn't
Yeah,
any
because
like
I don't
it was
feel like
just
that
love.
anyway. I don't feel like if you and I, stood mad at each other all this time, I wouldn't
Mhm.
even feel in any kind of way, that Curls is friends with you. Curls is
Yeah.
fucking friends with everybody, dude.
I
Yeah.
And I
know.
and
She
I
is
have
literally an
tried.
angel.
You know what I'm saying? I've tried. But as long as
Mhm.
they're good to her, I had to realize that too along the way, right? Like, as long as yous are having good experiences with these people, I'm going to be grateful and just hope that they don't fuck you
Mhm.
in your ass in the future. You know what I'm saying? That's the best I can
Exactly.
do.
Yeah, it's
We're
the best you can
grown as
do.
fuck,
And if
man.
they yeah, and it's like also in that same vein, and if they do fuck you in the ass, I'm here for you. And I will be that
Right,
shoulder
right,
and you
right,
can cry to
right.
me and I will and that's why I say I will ride for you because curls be shit, I'm trying to think of everybody who's been there since the beginning. Curls be I mean, Brooke's been there, Stina's been there, Melissa, Marissa, any of these people, if they needed something, I would ride for them because they were there for me when I needed it the most. And like when the stuff was going on with Olivia, and that girl almost drove me absolutely insane. Like literally almost put me in a loony bin because she was gaslighting me to the point where I was like, what the fuck is real? And then we got her on panel that night, and you basically busted her bullshit out right in front of her, and she was lying to you still. But like she was doing that to me, and I was like losing reality. I was not like it. She really had me going. Like she had me completely paranoid, like going on the conspiracy theory that she was on, and I was just.
Mandy,
Mm-hmm.
I am the queen of conspiracy theories. Do you know the state I was in for far too many weeks?
Ugh, I can't
I
imagine
wasn't
Tierra because
wrong. I
she had me
wasn't
so
wrong.
paranoid. Like I have and
Okay, I wasn't wrong. I
no.
wasn't wrong. But,
Okay.
like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What happened? She had to mute.
I don't know. Oh, she muted. Did
Yeah.
Shelley? Tierra, do you muted?
Yeah, I'm
Might
going
have
potty.
somebody come up to her.
Oh, she's going
Oh,
potty.
okay.
Um,
I love that she took the two
yeah.
seconds to be like, I got a potty.
Like,
But yeah, I like
everybody has said, like, uh, nobody has ever told Shelley who she could or couldn't watch, where she could or couldn't chat. Um,
no, and nobody ever told her. We may have warned her and said, look, this person is a little shady. Be careful. But no one ever said, you're not allowed to talk to this person. No one. And no one made her contact that reporter. No one made her fucking do anything. No, you called Crime Stoppers. I was going to say, I thought she did, but
oh,
nobody
she
made her
did
do
too.
any of that. She did
And
too.
nobody,
Nobody made her do that. She did it on her own volition. She was pissed off about what Roadhog was doing, and she wanted it to end, and she wanted him to stop.
and that's what she's not. relaying when she's
No.
doing her videos. Like this all started with him, her getting
Yeah.
attacked by him.
All of this started because of the shipments. And I forgot she had her own individual video. So I'll give her her flowers for that. Like, you had a video, and I can understand because my video is hard to watch. But it's the internet. You have to have somewhat of a thicker skin. And the one thing that I wanted to make sure I did, because earlier I was in demon gremlin mode. I told Curls and B that I was just gonna be a little gremlin tonight. But when I got here, I decided differently because I didn't want to put so much negativity out. I want people to know that I love the people in this community and that we are strong and that we are loyal and that we will be there for each other. And nothing you can do is going to tear that apart. Nothing.
Yeah.
You can sit there, you can bang on on the floor and have your tantrum, but we are all not going to stop being friends because one person turned out to be a bad egg. Fuck you. Go on about your life. My friends are my friends, and I don't want you hurting them anymore. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's like that's
Yeah.
the thing Shelley doesn't seem to get.
No, well, hopefully she will tonight. Ugh.
I mean, I feel like
I
if there's not a video in the next 48 hours, I'm going to have a big problem. You don't get to run away from the people who were there for you most, and not just in private, but also in public, also financially.
monetarily. Yeah, like that
And
part fucks me up so
a few
bad.
months after that, like, you know what I'm saying? No, 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 I'm not going to be okay with that.
I mean, that part just fucks me up so badly because like the people who donated didn't have to. They did it because they cared. They did the same thing for my daughter the Christmas that I had went through all the shit with my ex because I was flat fucking broke. And Curls came together and B and even Olivia and I'm trying to think of everybody who did. Curls, B, Olivia, my friend Adam did. Like all these people. And this is the funniest fucking or not the funniest, but the shittiest part of everything. With that wish list I had, guess who came in and put something in their cart and either bought it and then sent it back or something? Fucking Jenny Lee. And it was like a sensory toy for my kid because my kid has like a sensory issues, right? So there was
Yeah.
like a sensory toy on there that would have literally helped her like with her sensory issues. And Jenny Lee somehow got that taken off the wish list and it said bought by Jenny Lee. Then I guess the order was canceled or something. It was so fucked. It was so fucked. Like I was
Only
literally trying
her,
to find
bro.
out how to
Only
message her
fucking
to say
her.
thank you.
You
Yeah, Jenny
guys.
Lee is a fucking trip.
I don't know if you guys remember, but I don't know, in the last few weeks, Glitter Me Softly, right? Um
Mhm.
she
Oh, no, we call her Tracy here.
oh, okay, Tracy. Yeah, Tracy posted something, and under the thing, and I normally don't look at comments. I'm not even someone who looks at them, but of course over there I'm going to see like who commented. And of course, there's Jenny Lee. And I'm like,
Oh,
damn, bitch, you're gonna follow me around the YouTube streets and just be friends with everybody who don't like me. Like,
Yeah, and it's like
girl, don't you
she
live a good
follows.
life?
I know, and she follows
she's
people who are
everywhere.
not who aren't even like close to you. Like I at that point was not friends with you. Why are you following me around, Jenny Lee? Like the only thing the reason I thought she may have done it was, and I don't know if this is true, and you may be able to like put light on this, Tira. I thought maybe she had been friends with Olivia. Like that was the only connection I could find or think of
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
for
she
yeah,
her to even do
was
that. Was she friends with
yeah,
Olivia?
in
Okay,
the
that makes
yeah.
fucking total
comments.
sense then. That makes total fucking sense because Olivia bought a
Near
couple
the
Barbie dolls for
end,
my daughter. And even though I thought that she was horrible for what she did to me and my daughter, I still thanked her and I still said, I really appreciate this. You didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. I was very gracious about it because even if I fucking hate you, if you do something for my kid, I'm going to graciously thank you because that is my
Mhm.
child and it just means the world to me. It does. Things like that mean a lot. And that's why pissed off at Shelley because it's like you were given so much and like you're just fucking throwing us under the bus. Like you're not pushing us under it. You're literally chucking our bodies under it. And it's not fair. It's not right.
And to the public, to me, right? Because I'm not part of any of the things.
Mhm.
It's like we all get to see the public, the GoFundMe, the wish list. We see that part. We're
Mhm.
not even talking about the emotional
Yeah.
support because let's be for real, it's a lot less exhausting to press a
No, and
couple
there's a
buttons to
lot.
spend $20 than to fucking spend 3 hours on a goddamn group chat with you.
Yeah. Mhm. You're exactly right, and, like, we were all there for her. Like, at any point, she could just bitch and moan to us, and we would listen, and we would, give her advice from, like, an older sister standpoint of, like, "Hey, we've been through this. Just water off a duck's back. Don't worry about it. It's not that important," kinda thing, and it's like but we were all there to pat her on the back, and I will be honest, that was my group chat, and the one reason that I give Melissa a lot of grace is around February when things started to get better for me, and I was going like, I'm doing homeschool, I'm doing a lot of things, and I just didn't have time for it, and it would bring me down every day. Like, I hate to say that, but there was always something in there that was super negative, and it would bring me down. And Curls just said, I'm not sure exactly what that means. I hope she's in chat. It says we were quote unquote using Shelley. Oh my God, how did I forget that? I would love for Curls to elaborate because I'm not sure what she was meaning.
Oh yeah, you better come up here or you
Um,
better get to typing. What you mean? Using her for what?
yeah, what did you mean by that, Curls? Yeah, she's in it in a DM. I have to know what it is. Yeah, and see, Stina said, hang on, I want to read these. Curl said, I'm sorry, Stina, but every time I see that, I giggle the audacity. Uh, um, okay, I don't think that's about Shelley. I think that was about something in chat. I got distracted because I'm waiting for Curls to tell us how are we using
Okay,
Shelley.
okay,
Do you know,
guys.
Terry?
Well,
Okay.
girls, hang on, guys. Though I'm gonna give it 5 more minutes. I apologize, but it's 1 o'clock in the morning here,
Yeah,
so 5 more minutes, and then I really do have to wrap this up.
that's okay.
No, I get you, girl. I'm
So
with you.
Okay.
so I um the chat that was okay, sorry. In the chat, Mandy, there was stuff dropped, like the transcript from Shelley's one video. And in it, I'm reading it, and it says that Shelley had said, Mike says I should just block everyone and that they're just using me. And I was like, wait, what? Okay, we're we're all using Shelley because what are we using her for? Someone
It's
tell me.
weird, man. It's getting weird. It's getting weird. That's
Yeah,
weird.
fuck
So
Mike.
that's what it
Like,
was
he doesn't
about.
know
So
shit.
sorry.
Mike,
Okay,
he
I'm
does
gonna
not know
drop down,
shit.
guys.
And no,
I can barely keep
you're
my eyes
good.
open. I'm so sorry.
Good
Okay.
Okay,
night,
No
Sweetie
problem.
baby.
good
girls.
night.
So
Good
go to
I
your
night,
almost
girls.
Bye.
sleep.
Thanks for coming.
Kira, I
Yeah,
almost
thanks for
stole
having
your
me,
line, and
Terry Lynn. Thank you.
I adore you, Curls. But I almost stole your line, Kira, and told her to sleep with the angels.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that the cutest thing ever?
Um,
I've said that to my kids
it
my whole
really is.
life.
I say it to my daughter. Oh, I started saying it to my daughter because I think it's cute.
I know, it's so cute. I love that you say
It
it to
really
her. That's
is.
so cute. Yeah.
But Mike, yeah, fuck Mike, because honestly, Mike got a free house out of this deal. He should shut his fucking mouth. Like, at the end of the day, Mike didn't do a damn thing with that GoFundMe other than use Shelly's friends to fund their new house that they're able to bring her grandmother into so she can care for her, which Popcorn pointed out, if she did not have this home that had the amount of space that it had, she would not be able to take care of her grandmother. If they had the
Oh,
one
that's
bedroom apartment with
true.
mom couldn't even take care
Yeah.
of grandma. So where would grandma have went at that point? So honestly, this was a good thing for them. And they got helped. Like, honestly, my marriage may not have ended if I had gotten helped in the way that Shelley did. Because I had to make a decision about the way that my daughter lives. And you can't say that you're a good mother and then not make the tough decisions. You know what I mean? And if my daughter was in a cramped situation space wise because of financial decisions that my husband had made and that I had made, I have to make the best decision for her. If that means I gotta go, it means I gotta go. And that's what happened. And it's just like that's the whole story. My husband and I still talk every day. We're still friends. I don't know what the future holds. We could one day maybe reconcile, but I don't really see that happening. But at the same time, we are friends. If I asked him right now or told him I needed him to come in and defend me, he would be here. You know what I mean? And he would not, I wouldn't want to say anything. I wouldn't want to hurt his feelings or anything. But like at the same time, he would be there for me, period, regardless of anything. Because we were friends before and we were married for 10 years. So to, for a lot of people, that's a big deal. And for me, it is. And I don't know, we share a kid and he is just always going to be her dad. And to me, that means we're always going to have to be friends, period.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, ladies, I'm sorry, but my eyes are really heavy. So I
Yeah, you're
have to,
good.
yeah, I have to end this and we can reconvene another time.
I would love to. This was so much fun.
Yeah,
So
it was
much
nice.
fun. I was muted and I was over here talking. I'm going to go live. So I'll see all of you night owls in 5. Mandy, I'll drop the link for you if you want to come up. And
Yeah,
we'll
I'll totally
continue over
do it.
there.
Yeah, I'm up
And
all
Carrie,
night, so
you
I'll come
can
in.
watch us while you're drinking coffee in the morning.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
I
cool.
will.
Thanks for
Have a good
having
night.
me. Have a
Yeah.
Thanks
good
for having
night.
me,
Sleep with the
Terry.
angels.
Night.
Thanks everyone for coming.
Night, Terry.
Good
Thanks for
night.
doing this.
No problem. Good night.
Bye.